Monday. It is July 13th. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving to You Straight, live from the East Coast. Happy birthday, Cancers! May your day be full of bliss, joy, beauty, happiness all around you. More important, love. May love be the foundation from where all your actions grow. And may today bring you all the success, the abundance, and love, and of course in health and in abundance, in a healthy mindset. With this mindful messages in this Monday, remember that tomorrow's Cancer's new moon will be one of the best times this month to set that intention related to the home. It's all about family healing, emotional and self-care and security. It's very important, one of the most important new moons in this of course, zodiac, and of course, the circle of life, the virtuous circle that connects us all. Send those intentions with this new moon and just anchoring with some gratitude. Anchoring with gratitude, it is like your glue. It'll hold things together. It'll keep you emotionally consistent. And the new moon actions to take during this phase are like watering a seed. They help your intentions sprout and grow for the coming weeks. Okay, so take a moment, check your intentions, and decide one aligned action you can take this week with this new moon. It's going to be very powerful for the intuitive creator in Cancer. Cancer, happy birthday once again. Let's get into this moment in the spirit of gratitude and appreciation. We are here connected to this field of intelligence, consciousness. I'm going to explain tomorrow what is consciousness, states of consciousness, what is it, what do people compare consciousness to. We're going to get to it. Let's begin with this moment of gratitude. As I enter this moment in infinite gratitude, grateful for the external, and the internal current of life moving through me, around me, for the beginning with every ending and the ending with every beginning. I give thanks for the infinite intelligence that weaves all things together, seen and unseen, known and unknown. I honor the endless expansion of my spirit and the limitless capacity of my heart and the boundless field of consciousness that I'm part of. May my gratitude ripple outward without limit. May it return to be multiplied. And may I remember that I'm both finite in form and infinite in essence. And in this external exchange of giving and receiving, I say thank you without end. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, Moody Monday. Of course, a lot of you guys might be just reflecting, resting, and releasing. All right. That's the theme for today anyway, because today's about taking a deep breath before opening a new chapter. All right. Tomorrow, the universe is inviting you to clear emotional clutter. So there's room for new intentions under the Cancer new moon. Very important, very important. So whether you're dealing with confusing times, there's something that's confusing you about love, a relationship, your money, stability, where you're growing, where your soul needs more expansion. This is the space here that we created. So let's be thankful for that and this sacred space because of all our shared intentions. This is where the stars, they speak, blah, 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 blah. And the cards tell it like it is, giving your heart some clarity, some guidance, and a little magic along the way. Whether you're seeking understanding or just your relationship, guidance or support from the universe. You need some motivation, inspiration. You are just trying to connect to your higher self. You are in the right place for the moment. So thank for this moment right now. This is the present moment. This is it right here in this moment. Be thankful that you get to trust in something so unseen, something that you can't see. All right, the universe is moving, and we always try to become a little bit more aware on the present moment, right? Because the Monday could be so, people don't like Mondays, they moody, and some people get up in a bad mood. So if that's you, it's okay, go back to bed. All right, you're not meant to be in this space right now. All right, you come back later if you have time. Maybe I'll be here for 2-3 hours. All right, and so to understand yourself deeper, to connect more to your heart, and God is in your heart with every breath you take. Okay, in the silence of the day that dawns, it's with a grateful heart that I come to ask for peace, guidance, protection, and strength. Today, may I look at the world with eyes filled with love. May I be patient, kind, and understanding, and wise. All right. My heart is filled with gratitude for all the blessings and the lessons in my life. I'm so thankful for the gift of family, friends, and the beauty of nature, for the many opportunities that come my way. May I never take these blessings for granted, and to always be mindful of your goodness and grace. Help me to share all that you've given me Let me use my time, my talents, and my resources wisely, effectively to serve others. I pray for those who are less fortunate that and of course than me. All right. So you always got to pray for others. Always try to help others as much as you can. All right. This is how we keep momentum and success and potency for the future. All right. Help as many people as you can. If it's a smile, you could pick something up for them. Anything that you could do along the way. A neighbor. Your neighbor has to be literally your neighbor. It could be the person that is asking for money. All right. Somebody that's out of luck. Somebody that needs a shoulder to cry on. All right. Pray for the ones that their needs get provided for, and give comfort and peace of mind. If somebody's struggling, always be a blessing to yourself as you be a blessing to others, right? Share the love, the grace that you have. Be generous. Be generous with your gifts, your talents, all right? And of course, set healthy boundaries, all right? So, all right? Remember that God never fails you. And so, Cancers, for you, today is a great day to bless your own path, your own heart. All right? Just bless it, So you could savor each moment. You could elevate your experience with mindful reflection. All right? Which makes, when you practice gratitude, it makes you more happier. Set that as part of your routine, okay? And so be mindful eating, veggies, lots of water, sleep. Okay? Just try to connect a little bit more. Hey! Okay? So always give thanks for the peace that you have, that you have, a healthy mind. For me, one of the most important things is having a healthy mind, a healthy heart that you build. I pray your kids are great. They're doing good. Your family, your friends, it's healing. You don't need anyone making decisions on my behalf, and I have all my needs being met. Always be grateful and thankful for what you have. It locks your emotional pieces into place, and that helps you see the things that are available. We don't focus too much on the past, and we don't focus too much on the future. It's in this moment, all right? Because gratitude is more about being, right? Appreciating the things that you have already, but it's more about, man, I'm acknowledging the good things in this present moment. Things are going great, all right? And when they're not, it's all right, all right? When you practice gratitude regularly, it's going to increase your levels of happiness and decrease levels of stress and depression, all right? That is a superpower. So Cancer, take the time, all right, and bless your own life, your heart, and your path forward, all right? Simply a simple birthday prayer. Today I give thanks for the gift of life. May my heart grow wiser, my spirit stronger, and may love guide every step that I take. All right, Cancer? Remember, Cancer, we have that new moon happening mañana, and Mercury is retrograded there. And Mercury is all about encouraging you to revisit old conversations, to reflect before making important decisions, to reconnect with people or ideas from the past, reviewing plans instead of rushing ahead. After that, in 10 more days, bam, all systems go. All right, you're going to see an increase of conversations. People are going to be more cohesive, more understanding if they take the time to reflect, especially under this energy that we're having in its last phase, the waning crescent. Okay, there's almost 2% illuminated, meaning that the moon is in its final waning crescent phase, just one day before tomorrow, and it's this quiet. It is the quietest point of the lunar cycle, at a time to rest, reflect, release, and prepare for fresh, rather than pushing ahead. All right, don't push ahead. All right. So as the moon is traveling through Cancer, the sign is naturally rules making emotions, intuition, or intuitive creator. All right, family, home, and inner security themes of the day is. It's encouraging you to what truly makes me feel safe. What emotional baggage am I ready to let go of? And where do I want to create more peace in my life, Cancer? All right, it's all about Cancer's energy, of course, with the sun in Cancer as well. And the ideal for emotional clearing instead of starting something brand new. So the sun continue its journey in your house, and it highlights home and family, emotional healing, nurturing yourself and others, and building a stronger foundation. All right. So I lovingly release what no longer supports my peace, making space for new beginnings. You have to take time to make space. Slow down, listen to your inner wisdom, and don't force no answers. Trust that clarity comes through quiet reflection. You have to trust in that compass. All right. let's get started here with a moment of gratitude. We got a little bit of what's the tea on this Mindful Monday for this Moody Monday. I am going to read all 12 zodiac signs here and understanding how Venus expresses itself. All right? When it is in different houses, you got to understand that. And when you understand it, be like, oh, okay. It's right now in the 6th house. It's in Virgo, okay? Communication is different. All right? It's more focused on routine and being devoted to the common goal. There's a goal here in mind. Hey, honey, how are you? Let's go ahead with a moment of gratitude. All right? And understand basically consistency and focus under this new moon. All right? So the new moon is a moment of momentum. Things are starting to move, but it's still early. You need consistency and focus. All right? There's money, love, an opportunity, a job. All right? Maybe a career change. All right? And then we go immediately into the waxing crescent. And this growing is always your power. All right? Create the life that you want. When the waxing crescent moon energy typically lasts about 7 days. All right? For the first weeks after the new moon, the moon is saying your intentions are sprouted. Now it's time to act, focus, and nurture, or they'll stay stuck in darkness. They'll stay stuck in darkness. One more. Any questions? Go ahead and ask your question. You don't want to stay stuck in darkness. And then you come and ask, what happened? All right? Remember, you already live in the answer. When you come ask you a question, you live in the answer. I'm just looking at your energy. All right? You connect with me instantly. And as we go and align with the universal God, however you understand God in your life. Recall a time when you face a challenge and you overcame it. Collective. All right? And we understand that challenges are part of life. They're not easy. We're not tested when things are moving great with taste. You know what I mean? When we are tested when we are challenged. All right? When we're moving, when things are moving. Not when it's comfortable. All right? You get challenged there. So we are overcomers. All right? Of course, we experience life through contrast. That's how our soul evolves. It must experience light and dark, closeness, and of course, distance. This is how we evolve, period. All right? And if you have certainty and doubt, this is how you evolve. You're supposed to experience these two. And then it'll build emotional intelligence at the end of the day. And you start recognizing your patterns and then what feels secure, what triggers anxiety, and then what expands, it contracts. It does the same. The same stretch does both. All right? So when you start understanding yourself a little bit better, oh, so I'm supposed to experience this. Yeah. All right? Oh, there's no purpose. All right? There's no meaning. You're not here to be comfortable. All right? Imagine that, right? They're stuck. It'll be boring. It's super boring. Hey, Monique. Hey, Miss Casey. Good morning. Good morning. Mindful messages for all 12 zodiac signs under this beautiful 2% left in the old phase. That must go. All that energy out. 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 We got new moon in Cancer happening. And one of the best times, again, I'm going to repeat it, to set that intentions related to the home, family, and emotional healing, self-care, and security. This is where the energy's at. And you set that intention. This is where I want healing. This is where I need healing. Where you're not strong at, right? This is where the moon, when you send those decrees into the universe, when you have those little whispers, when you do those prayers, the affirmations, this is where it happens, all right? This is where you see your growth. And you'll be like, oh, wow, I'm no longer operating from that lens. Tomorrow I'm going to be explaining consciousness. Where is consciousness? What is going on? All right. So it's gonna be interesting. You don't want to miss that. Tomorrow we're gonna go with Spill the Tea Tuesday. A little drama. We all need a little drama. We gotta stir things up. One more. From Cancer to Pisces. All right. The actions to take during this phase are like watering your seeds. They help your intentions sprout and grow in the coming weeks, okay? So take the moment to check your intention and decide one aligned action to take, all right? Think of a moment of momentum. Things are just starting to move, but it still needs early. It's still early. It needs consistency and focus. One more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more. Thank you. Set that frequency really, really high, all right? Set it high. You got it too low. It's like going. It's like going in the house and having the TV real low. All right. You're constantly channeling. You can't hear. I can't hear that. All right. Remember that the universe moves quickly, and there are things that are happening that'll blow your mind. Nurture yourself, Cancer. Cancer, it's okay if you want to stay home today. All right. You might want to stay home or spend some time alone, of course. Your moon is your ruling star. And so take this day to just release, reflect, and rest. All right? This is what the wedding crescent is all about, right? I deserve days to myself, days to relax and simply be. I honor how I feel, and I take this day just to do nothing. All right? Do nothing. To do the things that I feel nurturing to me. All right? So do nothing. You don't have to do nothing. If you want to call out, just call out. All right? If you can. If you cannot, then I suggest eating a really, 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 really powerful triple protein, a triple protein meal, meaning a lot of egg white spinach, all right, a lot of just healthy foods, a lot of antioxidants to keep that energy high. Remember, you are ruled by the moon, and where the moon goes, Cancer, you show up. All right, understand how the moon affects your energy, the tides, high, low, all right, and of course you look at the rising energy. The rising signs every 2 hours. So you could just imagine that, all right? And whatever its peak is. Commitment for you, Aries. I am committed to my growth and dreams. And of course, because you have Saturn, you're not gonna move that quicker. No. So anyway, I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestations of my desires, I know that they have vibrationally manifested and they're on their way to me. Your goals. Commitment to your goals. This is what Saturn is going to do. It's going to help you do. All right. Of course, you don't like to be in the past. You're more present and future oriented, but you miss the details because you move too far ahead. Remember, you are in your house is how I get things started. Do I finish them, or I'm going to move on to the next thing? Now, I don't like the past. So that's great. You don't live stuck in the past. It's great. Some of you guys maybe not, but anyway, Saturn is making you stick to your commitments, okay? It's going to help you. It's giving you that discipline, all right? Slow it down and discipline. Magic. There's magic, and this is for Taurus. Taurus, there's magic and miracles all around me. Where others see coincidence, I say, do you always get this? I see the evidence of life synchronicities. I love feeling life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. Taurus, the universe always send you things in 3, 4, 5, 6, all continuously to get your attention. All right, believing in the magic and the stars and the universe, connected to a higher field of intelligence, cultivating some flexibility here so you can see the magic, the opportunities that are there, Taurus. All right. Sometimes we get stuck in a routine and we get stubborn, and even that, like with our ego and between our ego and our inner self. Because in order to transcend, we must anchor in gratitude. Somewhere you have to anchor something, like what your foundation is building on, right? You have a lot of things that were happening for you, especially with Uranus. But the bottom line is this, right? When we try to improve from our own mind and our own ego, we miss the opportunity and the chance to be surprised by life, by the universe, opening up to the opportunities, all right? Even if you can't see them, all right? Remember, you represent dogma, conformity, all right? Doctrines, programs, culture, all right? And I won't even get started with the bull, okay? Let me leave it there. So and we will talk about that when I do your guys' red alert. I got the red alert energy ready. When will my person be on my possible break silence? All right, Jazzy, you got to come all the way down. This is for, where are we? Gemini, the edge of greatness, Gemini. The universe is opening doors for me, Gemini. Bringing opportunities my way. I don't crumble at the edge of my greatness. You got the Fool card. And this is what they were trying to say to you. All right. And when you understand the Fool card, not, because he's all about discernment, clarity, intuition, and grounded reasoning. Is that moment when you sense something is off. So you say, is this a line? Or is this manipulation? Or is this something genuine in your life? Right, Gemini? Because it's all about something that is unwritten. No past way, no fixed direction. Pure potential is there. All right. It's not neutral in a calm sense. All right. And you represent, of course, the higher logical and fair-minded, the neutral, through objectivity decisions, where you represent the source, the mind. You rule the mind, and all right. and that is made without emotional bias. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little bit more. So the edge of greatness, the universe is opening doors for me, bringing opportunities my way. I don't crumble at the edge of my greatness. I take the opportunities that come and I walk through the doors with confidence. All right, closing. If those doors were closed for you, it's for a reason. You outgrew something. All right, you outgrew the magician. All right, because we always imagining doing it, choosing a direction, right, and focusing. Right now, maybe there's something that you meant to do here. All right, so it's always giving you a new opportunity, especially when you get the Fool card. All right, it's no fixed direction. Right, you're not a fixed sign. You're a mutable energy. All right, but it's very dangerous to act on the feeling alone. All right, you get an emotion. All right, fine, I got this emotion. Is this true for me? All right, am I trying to secure? Am I trying to center? All right, you have to understand the difference between the feeling, the mind, what the mind is saying. That feeling is in the mind versus what your body is saying. All right, Jessabella, you got to slow it down, sweetie. Hey, Monique, Casey, what's up, Case? Good morning. Personal journey for you. And this is for, well, I did Cancer already. All right. I'm gonna give it to Cancer again because that was the thought that was in my mind. Cancer, you got a personal journey. I follow what feels right within me without needing validation from others. We are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. Either you guys are on a trip, going on a trip, a personal journey. All right, taking that personal journey basically means, you know, when we have these dreams and these visions for ourselves, right? Like when we said this, like we here to complete something, right? And a lot of times we don't feel secure, or we feel like there's something missing. Just checking for me, this energy is different. It's checking your backpack. It's like the Fool's card. All right. So everybody, it's each on its own journey. You know, what emotional way are you carrying that's not yours? This is something different. All right. So anyway, getting rid of what the magician won't. I mean, not the magician. The Fool won't carry things. He'll leave things behind. Making your personal journey. All right, like it's not carrying other people's feelings and emotions and their life. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we carry other people's emotions weight and we don't realize them. All right. So you're not responsible for other people's evolution. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay. You just worry about you and your journey. All right. And that's it. That's what I'm trying to say here. You're not responsible for nobody's evolution. They'll get there on their own. All right. Sometimes we try to mother. Remember, you represent the cosmic mother. All right. Your energy is all about to give everybody nurturing. All right. And trying to steer somebody in this direction. But sometimes you got to say, you know what? You're on your own. All right. No. All right. Casting spells for you. And this is for Leo. Leo, the words I speak and the stories that I tell is like spells. What I say and believe, I attract more of so. I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now when I speak to others, through my words, I'm casting beautiful spells. All right? Your words are powerful, especially under this new moon that is going to be upon us tomorrow here in the U.S. All right? That energy is going to be one of the best times to set intentions and relate it to the home, the family, okay? That's emotional healing and self-care and security there. All right? Be careful what you speak. Your words take root. All right? They grow. You give them meaning. You set that intention. All right? Okay? Hey, Monique. Self-appreciation for you, Virgo. Virgo self-appreciation. All right? You might be journaling, writing a lot here. All right? Or thinking about starting a journal. All right? Maybe you guys what is... Hey guys, what is sign is this? Hey Jasmina. So I will find a moment. If you're not writing, Virgo, I please start writing. All right. Or your mind, you could get so scattered with oh, I want to step into the next best thing, because you get caught up with the feeling at the time. So the best thing I could, even my son, he's a Virgo, so I tell him always write. So find yourself, take some time to write things, especially under this new moon that'll be happening. It's upon us already. All right, we got a little bit more to go. And after that, all systems go. All right, slowly. So I will find a moment throughout the day that I can dedicate to myself. I find a comfortable space and bring a pen and a paper, and I will write a letter of appreciation to myself, where I will pour love into who I am and all that I do. Of course. All right. All right. Let's go ahead to Self-appreciation, motivate yourself, because nobody's gonna do it. Nobody's gonna do it. If let's say you did something at work, all right, and you didn't get noticed for it, all right. So you write yourself, you did good. Don't worry about it. They're not gonna. Sometimes people are so busy. We all get so caught up in what we're doing, and sometimes you get overlooked. It's okay, all right. You always at service trying to help others complete projects or works. Right, great. Sometimes we don't get appreciated. So just write yourself a letter. I love myself. I know I did good, all right, and that's it. And then they come around. They might come back in a week or say, "Hey, you did good." All right. They notice. Sometimes you don't think they notice, but sometimes the time there's not enough time. All right. Anyway, write yourself a letter of appreciation. Love and space for you, of course. Scorpio. I'm sorry. I'm always rushing to Libra. Scorpio, love and space. I cannot learn other people's lessons for them. They must get there themselves. At their own time, I can simply hold love and space for them as they go through their journey. All right? You cannot learn other people's lessons, period. All right? As much as we want to, they have to get there on their own. If you're doing any kind of like coaching somebody or helping somebody or giving somebody guidance or trying to make somebody, see things from your perspective, they got to learn on their own. All right? Some people learn through lessons on their own. Some people listen to icons, celebrities. They watch that. They learn through that. Or they just learn lessons through their own experiences. We all have to learn on our own. You could just hold space. It's like if they don't listen to me, blah 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 blah. Forget about it. Let them learn. You just hold space, all right? In their own time, they'll get there. When we try to coach somebody or when we try to give somebody direction, all right, or sets, we want to study people, all right? They'll get there on their own. All right. Don't try to force people to learn things your way, or if you're eating healthy, you got to do this, you got to do it like that. No, let them learn. All right. Now, if they ask you, it's different. All right. And then a lot of times it goes into conformity. A lot of times it's best to, I'll do it with your values, with the tools that you have. Right. And that's okay. And they go, oh, they just like me. I made that person. Look at that. Yeah. And it makes you feel good, because they took your advice. And a lot of times, like, don't waste a lot of time, Sometimes people they just don't care. All right. Hey, God bless you. Hey, Maria. Let me see. Jasmina said, thank you. I just came in. I'm a subscribe, so I will see you my Simon. Aquarius, you're coming up soon. So we got love and space for Scorpio. Libra, let's see what your message is, your mindful message. Infinite creativity. At any moment, Libra, I'm able to tap into the infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas. No, you know what? This was for, I'm sorry, I did. I could confess, but it doesn't really matter. I guess the message was supposed to be delivered that way. Because this is Libra and this is Scorpio. I just realized that. Listen, we are the last phase of the moon, okay? And we got Mercury retrograded, all right? So give me a break here, all right? At any moment, I am able to tap into the infinite source of energy and the creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through, and each capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. This remind me of not only the infinity symbol, because sometimes a wave comes crashing down with a lot of information, cosmic energy. When we look at the mysteries of the universe and we look at the what it brings us, the mystical side, right? Connection with the cosmos, right? Kind of energy. But when I see this energy, it's like the empress, So let's just say that you're a parent, you might have kids, right? And each kid will blossom differently. They like plants, right? We give birth to them, and when we look at their growth, some will grow real wild. All right, they just leave the house early. They on their own. They like those vines that just spread out wildly. Some take a little more time, all right, to develop into their personality, their creativity, right? And then some of them they need a little more attention, all right? And so nurture your creativity. What I mean to say is that we go through stages, all right? And we're not going to bloom right away, all right? So it's okay if you are, where are you with your creative process here? All right, if something feels stagnated. Right now, understanding that Venus right now enter in a Virgo. Right now is focused, putting a lot of devotion into your craft, all right? This is where it's at. Practicing, learning a new skill, and just getting organized. All right, or devoting time to your craft. This is what it's all about. Venus expresses herself differently. All right, but we got Saturn here. We got discipline. We got first house. It's the way you initiate things, okay? And that is happening in Aries. Do you finish it? Do you, I mean, you start something. It's the way my style, the way I begin things. Do I finish? That could take initiation, but do I have follow through, or do I just go to the next best thing? All right, and that is for either Scorpio or Libra. It doesn't really matter. We're going to go after that. From Scorpio, we go into Sagittarius. Sagittarius, it's time to get focused. Sagittarius, get focused. To attract what I want, first I get clear on what it is I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it will feel, all right, to have this in my life. What would I do? How do I react? And who I tell? I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. All right. So what you focus on this week, all right. Remember, one of the things I like about this, clarifying your goals here. All right. Testing your plans and committing to what you want without forcing outcomes. You understand? Your mind is, one thing about Sagittarius is you all about the higher mind expansion, but you get caught up with the idealistic, doing the practical work. All right. So going in between practicality and idealism. All right, I have to do the practical work. Yeah, I could get caught up in these big expectations, and then you don't do the work that's required. All right, so just get focused on the smaller details. And this is your Venus with creativity. This is what the house, when Venus expresses herself in the sixth house. All right, so right now it is to get focused. The only actions that you could take in this time, all right, because you understand this phase is just like water in the sea. All right, and then they help your intention sprout and grow in the next coming week. So this is the moment where you check your intention, all right? Decide what aligned action you want to take this week. And write it. If you don't do nothing, then oh well, then that's what it is. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to set that intention, and we forget about it. This is why mindfulness comes into play, all right? Practicing a lot of mindfulness and a lot of affirmations, all right? Take a moment, especially under this new moon. It's a moment of momentum. Things are starting to move, but they still need, it's early, so you need consistent and focus, okay? Consistency and focus equal actions. And when we look at what actions are, it is, right, knowledge and understanding that has been applied, and you get that Knight of Swords, all right? And then you use your discernment, clarity plus intuition, grounding reason. It is the moment you sense something, it's off. You're like, wait a minute, I didn't do something, all right? And discernment is judgment, because you are the judgment. Is this bad? Because discernment says, this is not for me, and judgment attacks. All right? Discernment is all about evaluating, and you represent the judgment card. All right? And so, of course, the ability to accurately perceive what is true without distortion from fear, desire, ego, projection. All right? It is not judgment, it is suspicion. Right? It's not suspicion. Exactly. Everyone's success comes at different times than others. Up and out for you. Up and out for you. Capricorn. Capricorn, you have to go. You got to go to work. So, or to heal. There's a parts of you that you have to heal. Maybe you have a hard time with, I don't know, right? Because you're an earth sign and maybe emotion. And so practicing gratitude, you always get this card, by the way. You probably have a hard time holding the emotion. Gratitude is like magic. If you know how to use your gratitude, it'll keep you emotionally locked in. And so you learn how to bring that emotion. It has to come up. Whatever comes down, it got to come up. All right. And maybe you don't like when the emotions come up. You don't like it. You try to contain it. I got to contain this. No, let it out. It's all right. It's okay. All right. So this is what it's telling me. To hear the parts of me that feel hurt, I must feel every emotion. It has to come up to come out. I don't try to push my feelings away. I sit with them and I feel them as I release them. We don't like to sit. No, we don't like to sit with things. No, I don't like it. We push it, all right? We get that little pocket, right, all the way down in the soul. And it keeps there. We keep all that garbage in there. Get it out. Get it out. Release that. All right? It's time. Clean it and declutter it. Declutter out. You get out. I don't care if you got to start speaking all over your house. I would just open those windows out. And people are going to think you're fighting somebody. All right? You're fighting with your dark energy. All right? It wants to be seen. Your part of you wants to be seen. All right? Remember, you represent the devil's energy, which is a very exaggerated name. It just means something that's been frozen, something that's been stuck because I haven't dealt with it. It could be fear. It could fear. That's a fear. That's an anger. There's something that I haven't dealt with. It could be trauma. I haven't dealt with it, and it's stuck. All right, and it shows in your shadows. All right, so that's what one of the representations of the devil card. All right, which is like I said, death. The devil and the death is very exaggerated. All right, because it talks about parts of yourself that you haven't healed, trauma that's been stuck. It's been frightened. Okay, emotion. All right, there's things that you haven't dealt with because you don't like to deal with them because you're told to be strong. You got, and then you become like, oh, you hold too much in. You're not supposed to. All right, so let it out, Capricorn. Cry, scream, go toil, go yell outside, climbing a mountain. Remember, you represent that goat. All right. Sensitivity. You are here to do the work that others refuse to do. All right. You are here to do the work. Others say, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And sometimes we get stuck. It's not that when you got to become your anti-hero. All right. It's not malicious. It's not an antagonist. People don't really understand Capricorns. Just let it out. It's okay to have emotion, to feel it. Why am I feeling like this? I don't like it. All right. Especially when the moon is in your house with this new moon. All right. In Cancer, because it's your opposite. It's like looking at another side of you. All right. Cancer and you are the same, but it's like two sides of the same coin. So it's going to affect you in a great way. You're not going to like it. But this is the time, especially tomorrow, especially healing, setting that intention related to the home and your emotional healing, your security, your self-care. Emotional is very important for you to understand this because you mirror Cancer's energy. It's like this, two sides. They say this is a coin. There's another side of you is the same. It holds the same weight. All right? A coin, let's say this was a quarter. At the other side of this is the other face. That's what you represent on the wheel. I'm going to teach that as well so you can understand. That is your counterpart, by the way. All right? It's not somebody else. No. All right? It's not. Subconscious mind for you, Aquarius. Aquarius got subconscious mind. And I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs that may be holding me back from my desires. All right? Oh, I want to see what your desire is. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'm going to do the desire because to understand your subconscious mind, right? It's like, look, when we are little and nobody wants to deal with a trauma, there are things that you've been told. Okay? I'm not going to get into the whole religious aspect of it because I know what it's trying to tell me, but I'm not going to go there. Our subconscious pattern, all right? There are things that you've been programmed, that you've been told. Like, again, we are held by so many trauma doctrines and doctrines, programs, and culture, all right? And if you're trying to manifest here, all right, this is what's keeping you because that you don't got the power, right? There's something here, all right, that you've been told. So you have to clean your genetic memory, all right? So, for example, if I want money, I maybe have told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and I release beliefs that no longer align and substituting them with the ones that I do. All right? Subconscious. I want to look into this. I don't know why I'm pulled to this. I think only because who's here that's an Aquarius? All right? Pisces, we're going to go with you. I'm going to start here with this energy. And it's very interesting to talk about the energy when we look at Saturn because it represents your ruling planet. All right? And that the Saturn is pressure and accountability. Pluto's about global transformation and it's in your house. All right? Understanding what the energy means for you. Okay? So if you understand Jupiter's money and my survival focus, you can understand here. And if you got Neptune awakening and Confucian awakening, but if you look at the deep global transformation, you're here to change systems. So we are changing systems right now. All right? We're heading into a whole new direction, of course, with your... Oh, wait. And Pisces release. You don't want to release. Pisces will not want to release. You know why? Because Pisces is the last zodiac sign, so it wants to hold on. The ending. Pisces is not really good initiating and it's not good ending. So I know it's gonna be hard. I know Pisces. I know. Come on, Pisces. We're gonna talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it when I do your video. All right. This is the time to break through because right now we're breaking down through old systems. And new ones are being tested. We are testing AI. We're testing new ones. They are slowly forming. All right? That's what it's telling you here. All right? If you want to tap into the infinite, incredible mind, You're going to have to understand this, Aquarius, all right? That your mind is connected to many, many other things. Your intellect is just one of them, all right? This is how we move consciousness here. But if you don't understand the things that you, like if you don't tell yourself, there are things, especially if you're trying to manifest, there's some things that, yeah, you have the power, all right? The power is not outside there. Yeah, you get inspiration out there. And I get it a lot I get it a lot, all right? But anyway, that's up to you to believe. That's not up to me. I'm just here to give you the message, all right? Today I release limiting beliefs, harmful thoughts, toxic patterns, ooh, Pisces, and anything out of alignment. I'm ready for the transformation and welcome the shift. I'm creating space for a new chapter filled with love, of course, love, abundance, and amazing opportunities, all right? Release. First release, and then you start filling back up, all right? So I feel empty, all right? And you already know you represent moon. You're the opposite of Leo. You represent moon. And you rule moon, and that means you got Cancer energy, all right? And so to understanding that, a lot of water, all right? And so you not, because this is the way I understand it anyway. But anyway, release what is not yours, all right? Don't carry other people's emotions. Release it. Why? This is the time here, okay? You set that intention related to the home, family, and emotional healing. Maybe something that you did in the past that you're not too proud of. Maybe some healing that didn't happen, or forgiving your mom or dad. Just forgive. Let it go. All right? It's going to take a lot of time for you, Pisces. All right? So today, reflect, imagining what today's asking you. Deep breath before opening the new chapters tomorrow, right? Because the universe is inviting you to clear emotional clutter so there's no room. All right? You got to have room for something new. All right? You got to have room for these new intentions under the new Cancer energy. And that is going to be a beautiful, beautiful, exciting. Oh, I cannot wait. So lovingly release what no longer supports my peace and making space for new beginnings. All right, exactly. Everyone's success. Okay, so understanding a little bit of that. A lot of times we're not told, we are programmed, so we're not told that we have the power to manifest. And when we focus, sometimes we stay in the mind so much. But when we grounded, when our body is aware, you notice the breath. It's deeper. Your shoulders are relaxed, right? You feel steady, all right? You do one thing at a time instead of rushing mentally. You nurture your soft, your strength. You understand that they coexist, all right? You go outside. So on this Mindful Monday, I don't know why the Bluetooth is active here. I don't know why my Bluetooth was active. All right, and so those are the themes, and then understanding a little bit of Mercury. All right, so those are the messages for this Mindful Monday. Don't force no answers. After that, you always try not to force answers. After that, go communicate, and then leave it there, because then you're gonna wait. After that, you're gonna communicate. After, when Mercury goes direct, you might get better answers from people, but then you're waiting. Now you're waiting for communication. Now you sit there and wait for 3 months. All right? They might bother, they might not, they might come back. You might go out, you might do that, so the other energies of the movement is there. The conversations are happening. Are they really real? Is what they're telling me real? Then you'll come back and ask me that. And I say to you, well, you live in the answer already. All right. You come back and ask me these questions. I say, well, if you don't hear from them, now is a good time to engage in conversation. All right. When the reflection of Mercury's retrograde is we're going through all conversations, the same thing that you're going through. All right. It's reflecting before making it. I'm reflecting. This is the energy is all in. It's all inward. All right. Well, anything that's been said is something that they want to do within themselves. All right. And leave your person alone. If you live with your person and they're not really paying a lot of attention and they're not doing the things, let them be. There's only a month and a month. Oh, they've been distant. They've been to themselves. All right? They up to something. We get so suspicious when we don't understand what's happening. All right? Do you want to talk? No, I don't really want to talk. You take that as dismissive. I don't care about you. Let your person breathe the same way you're going through it. All right? This is all about reconnecting with people and ideas from the past. They're going to have the same thing in mind. Let your person breathe, all right? They're reviewing plans instead of rushing ahead. They don't feel like having the conversations. I mean, and where you could think about a time when you was in a connection and this was happening and you didn't understand it, but now it's a time, especially for the new people that are coming, understanding they going through it the same way you too. We go through cycles, all right? We live through phases, just like, of course, the weather changes, plants grow, seasonal. This is the way we are part of this cosmic energy here, all right? When unity separated itself to experience itself, it created duality, polarity. We got to experience life through contrast. So you got to, the sooner you understand it, it has nothing to do with me. No, especially somebody that you dated, they come in with stuff. We all come in with baggage, all right? We don't want, oh man, I don't want a man with a lot of kids and blah, 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 all right? You know, we set up these big expectations. You know, we don't let the universe select. We let them, you know what I mean? We overfunction too much. We have these big expectations. And when they fall short, they just like you. At the other side of the person, there's love there. It's not that they don't care, that they're dealing with something that they haven't shared with you. That has nothing to do with you. Nobody's going to go and emotionally dump. You know, I call that a kook. Just imagine somebody. You already, the bottom line is that they said what they need to be said. They didn't have nobody to talk to. Nine out of 10 times, we keep things to ourselves. Once we say it, we feel good. We're not meant to keep things in, is what I'm trying to say. All right? So if your person is not responding, it's not that attentive, it's not that they don't care. All right? They're going through something. Stop rushing things. All right? You know, you got stuff left in your mind that you didn't say, and you didn't say it. Wait, it's okay. There's always a time for you to express yourself. All right? Right now, whatever, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna really. It's not gonna land. It's not gonna land. I guarantee you that. You could come here after that in a month and you'll be like, "Why it didn't land?" Now they started to talk about it. All right, and so just understand. When you understand that, you're gonna be like, "Wow, let them be." All right, all right. If there's a lot of communication, great. Then everybody feels a little bit more, especially in the next couple of days. Right? This is release, reflect, and it's a reset. Anybody has a question? All right. Give me a higher. That's it. Hey, Maria Cerda. ¿Cómo está Maria Cerda? Jamina. Okay, Aquarius. You got your mindful Michi. Michi. ¿Cómo estamos, Michi? Sky. Hey, Sky. Hey, guys. What sign is this? Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. You're such a gift as well. When will the person and my possible break silence? All right, I'm waiting for the questions again. Remember that I get a lot of inspiration here. I know what's happening behind the scenes here when I get a lot of those ones. All right, and what it's saying, of course, even though of course inspiration is sacred, but inspiration is the call. Embodiment is the answer. All right. Not that they're better than the other. And what I mean by that, we get inspiration. All right. And we get the embodiment, which is the pentacle. All right. And so we got the ace, the pages, the knights, and then we get into the nines. Right. You don't build a life on inspiration alone, but nothing meaningful happens without it. All right. So basically, if somebody shows up, you know, I choose you consistently. I build with you. All right. Without grounding, you could be inspired, okay? But without grounding, you can feel intoxicating, and then they vanish, all right? That's the shadow side of inspiration. Chasing the feeling instead of the reality, falling in love with potential, confusing activation with commitment. So I know what gets activated here before you do. And I could come and warn you, and it's okay. You know, I see it all the time. The Ace of Wands can't come out anymore. And although we have all these great desires, you know, we forget one thing. All right? Tension. All right? And it shows up a lot. So inspiration is, it just means that something very specific. All right? Because inspire energy is touching you. It's touching you. It's not energy becoming you, all right? Because we could be inspired, we could be activated by an idea, a feeling, or a vision that comes from the outside, all right? So when you embody that, all right, you like breathing life into it, okay? It's like the wand, the fire, the earth kind of energy, and you become that energy. That's what the Pentacle says to you. What are you building? What are you thinking with the swords? All right. What are you feeling? All right. With the cups kind of energy. And then with the wands, right? What are you inspired by? All right. This inspiration. So nothing happens without it, of course. But to really have the embodiment, you need all four. All right. At least three. At least three. You can work on the other one. Okay. Because if it's emotion, you can work on it. So a lot of times I don't get a lot of cups. I don't get a lot of cups. That doesn't mean that they don't have no feeling, that they don't know how to express it. All right. And that's why a lot of people shut down. They don't know how to express it. Okay. It's not that if you could work on at least three. So why you say, oh, what about if there's no spark there? If they're not inspired, because remember, it happens out there. All right. What about if they're not inspired? You know, they're not. Are they excited by me? They got. Is the chemistry there? Sometimes that one is slow building too. All right. There could be fire. There could be emotion there, but there could be like that. That chemistry, that big spark. All right. It's not. It's not probably that. That is slow building. All right. Through careful dialogue, communication, and this is what Mercury is all about, bringing us. And it's very important, spiritually speaking. Anyway, Mercury, because it's considered the planet and associated with the mind and communication, signifying the stages of intellect development, clear expression of thoughts. When you understand how important Mercury is, one of the most important things. If that communication doesn't happen, what are you gonna do? You could see somebody, all right? Because and what I mean by that, not verbally speaking, but you could write, you could text, you could know the text style as well, all right? So it's expression, the ability to express some thoughts, and the ability to connect with others through thoughtful dialogue, right? Texting, and it is of course linked to the throat chakra. There could be something they're holding back, all right? This is all about learning, curiosity. This is a thirst for knowledge kind of energy. This is ideas, the adaptability to different perspectives. You could do it through writing, all right? And this promotes clarity and authenticity. The way we express ourselves is refining, all right? It's helping you, all right? So, of course, and then when we look at our communication patterns, maybe I'm communicating in the wrong way, all right? A lot of times it's that. You're just not communicating what your needs. You're inspired by something. Say, hey, I'm inspired by you, all right? I seen you across the room and you brought me here. There's something about you. I would like to learn more about you, all right? Now, if it's meant to happen, you know, those things like that. You know, you don't see somebody and just, wow, you start doubting, you know, you start thinking about it too much. You get on your mind, all right? And then you get suppressed, all right? Anyway, the connection with the divine when it comes to Mercury's energies to access higher guidance through meditation, prayer, channeling, okay? That is the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind. And you got that card earlier, Aquarius, all right? That got the messenger of the gods. Mercury is associated with traveling and young people, and so it'll bring you that awareness. You know, it's like keep the page of swords curious, right? That wondering and just exploring. All right, this is you gathering information. This is you observing. This is you taking all the information. It's not an emotionally invested kind of energy yet. It's an observing more than than participating. All right, so this is you gathering information and exploring different aspects, perspective, ideas without, then you get into the king or the queen, and that's highly logical and fair. That is a neutral through objectivity decisions that are made without emotional bias. So it's very important sometimes to have that discernment, early in life. So you could teach your kids not to make fun and not to judge and make fun of things that you don't understand. All right. But then you could grow you have to grow that, of course, into discernment, that page. All right. So it's very important. All right. Hey, awesome Femi. Hey, greetings from Africa. All right, if anybody has any questions, if not, I'm going to keep talking about, or I'm going to get into a quick tarot message from the collective. And I'm going to show you what I'm working on. I'm going to talk about the consciousness. What is conscious? What is? I'm going to go long on that tomorrow before we go into spill the tea, the hot tea Tuesday, because of course I understand. I like the energy, Mars energy on Tuesday, and I like to use my energy. Hey, sorry, Tandika, sorry. No. Sorry. I am curious about this new love energy coming in for me. Somebody told you got new energy coming in love? Hello, love. Hi. Hi, Belinda. Hi, 9852. Hello, love. Reading, please. Good morning. Ask a question. I'm not gonna give nobody a reading. The 13th number of the divine feminine. The 13th. I like that. Yeah. Okay. You can share some about that. Share some. Share. I don't do a lot of numbers here. I do more conscious. Yeah. Go. All right. Let me go ahead with who's here. Who asked a question? I gotta go back. All right. We got Osun. Somebody told you that you got a love interest coming in. Somebody told you that, or this is something that you had a dream. You probably met somebody. Okay. Go ahead. You speak about the 13th. All right. I want to know what you know. Okay. 13 is what kept me here. Oh, really? The 13? Wow. Okay. So you guys are really, really good with number? What? How do you consider that energy? I'm not really, I'm tapping to a different field. Oh, wow. Thank you. Hey, Bella. When will this person, wow. Okay. There we go. Our first, $10. Wow. I didn't expect that. I'm like, what is that? What is that color? Thank you, Bella. Thank you, thank you. Wow, okay. Let me, do I pin that? I'm not used to that, so I gotta get used to it. Hold on. I don't see nobody else's. Let me go ahead. What would the person on my mind break? I was about to take your question, uh, but I think you. All right, let me go ahead and I don't know how to pin that. I don't know if I gotta pin it. All right. Can you see me? This is disturbing my view. All right, let me see. Can I put it up? Oh, there we go. Vibrant. All right, let me go ahead with Bella. She gets precedence. All right. Thank you for your super chat. That is a super chat, right? I have to really go finish setting up. I have to go set up. Yeah, I have to go set up. All right. You sure? So then that. Oh, wait. Let me answer her question real quick. Let me answer your question. What else do you know about the number two? All right. Do my person love me? So confused. All right, let me go with Bella real quick. But to answer your question, when you look at that 13, all right, for me, because I don't do a lot of 13, is the death card, and it's all about transformation, rebirth, intuition, and emotional wisdom. End of one chapter to begin another, all right? And this is why it's used in the movie, the Friday the 13th. I mean, it's all connected, all right? For you, it could be a birthday, it could be a sign from ancestor, from your spirit guides, however you understand the energy. But for me, the ancient goddess traditions, all right, the woman cycles and the moon, all right, the 13 moon lunar cycles, the new moon to new moon in the solar system, in a solar year, in the solar year. So it's very deep. It's very deep. So you understand it that way, okay? Because the moon has long lived with intuition, emotions, and the divine, the dark side of Mother Nature. All right. And so when the woman cycles a typical menstruation, and I really speak about that here, menstruation cycles, that's just so obvious. Like what I want to do, so talk to you about your woman's reproduction and how all fertilization happen in the water and what are your monthlies. I know when everybody's here. I know when a girl show here, she's on her period. All right. I quickly. That's why I shuffle behind here. This is what I shuffle behind here. All right. And so, of course, that's created with fertility, creation, and life. All right. Especially, but it's all about the transformation, the wisdom that you get from that, and the cycles of birth, death, and renewal. All right. That is all just you just renewing. All right. That divine feminine power, and of course, that is the death card. All right. It's the death card. All right. All right, releasing one no longer serves me. And that energy is the wedding crescent moon. And that energy to connect to hold on, I'm fixing my nightgown. All right. That shows up despite of its name. It predicts physical death. It really predicts that, okay? It is instead, it symbolizes letting go of the old, deep transformation, renewal, personal evolution. Let go. That's why when you probably asking that question. All right? What do you do with that divine feminine energy? Let's go ahead. I wasn't expecting that, so thank you for the super chat. Uh I greatly appreciate that. Let's go ahead. Are you still here? You gotta come back in. You know I do a lot of explanations here. I do more education here. All right. So trust your feminine energy. All right. Use your feminine energy. You could use it for healing. I mean, I could go deep. I could go deep because you could use that for energy. So a lot of times we get the Lover's card, and I will explain that card deeper. It's a deep card. The Lover's card is a healing card. Or they all are. But the Lover's card, we're talking about the 12 tri scenario, the Kundalini. All right. I'm on my cycle activity. All right. So that's why you stuck by. Oh man. So what you got? 7 days. So from new moon, and then you go into the hey Martinez. Hi Martinez. Joel Ponce. ¿Cómo está Martinez? All right. Is she here or did she leave? Is she? Are you here? Are you? Where is she? Let me. Did I pin her? All right. So okay, 16. Who gave me the super chat? I wasn't ready for that. Did she take it back? Did she leave? Is she still here? Did she leave? I don't know. I think she left. All right. All right. No problem. I don't see it there. Let me see. I don't see it. It don't matter. It don't matter. I would have gave her the question anyway. I don't really care. All right. So type of release Martinez. All right. Who's here? I don't care. I would have gave her the question. I don't care about that. I got money. I got money. I got investments. This is it's a whole different experience for me. All right. The money is here. But I'm thankful that she did come in. Yeah. Try to get my attention. Yeah. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. She's here. I want to know where she's at. No, it's not her. It is Yassi. It is Yassi. Oh, it is you. Oh, okay. All right. She's here. Okay, my bad. All right. I thought it was somebody else. I gotta look at because I didn't pin it. It's Yassi. Okay. All right. Come on. I was gonna give you a question anyway. It doesn't really matter. All right. Let me go ahead and pin you. It don't really matter. All right. Let's go ahead. What was your question? Put your question again. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a break. I gotta go regroup. Let me go regroup. Let me go regroup. Let me get a little bit more food in my belly. All right. Go ahead because I'm calling her and it's just come on in and ask your question again. If you're coming in with a question, say good morning. I got a question because I'm not after that. I'm not gonna scroll. Sometimes I get really busy on Mondays. All right. But I have to do a lot of things on my channel. So I'm a little bit conflicted by the prices and yada yada yada. So I have to do a lot of work, and so I haven't done a lot of the work, but I have to get it done. All right. So I'm almost closing this cycle out. All right. No new projects. If anybody else got a question, go ahead. If anybody else got a question, Grand Rising, go ahead. There you go. Divine morning to you. Hey Monique. Hey Monique. What up, Miss KC 6133? You got my numbers right there. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, your question. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick tomorrow's gonna be all about desires and understanding the polarity. Saturn, you gotta understand polarity shows up a lot. We look at Venus and Saturn and we look at limitations. This is how limited I'm going. And then we look at the moon and, of course, the sun. All right. And then we look at Mars and that restraining that we're going to have. There's going to be a lot of good things that's happening in Gemini. Oh, man. I will forever go live. That's why it's hard for me to do videos. The energy's real, it's raw, it's in the present, I love it. It's right there, right here, right now. Connect, bam. We're going to break the code, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to move forward with desires and learning about intentions versus desires. So you can know, you can get straight to the matter of the heart, and you can approach your person and you send them that really deep message and leave them, stop them dead in their tracks. All right, no more playing games. The intentions, they love me. No, we're going to look at it. We're going to go deep. So get ready for that. So does my person love me? Do they desire? The desire is different than an intention. Do they love you? Understanding love, first of all, it's a force, okay? It cannot be tamed. It cannot be contained, all right? Emotion is different. So if you was go, I think I talk so much about the emotion versus the feeling, all right? Love me. How do they treat you, all right? That could tell if they're consistent, if they show up, and when they're there, when there's not a lot of high emotions, right? When they could just lay up with you and just watch TV and have a good time and laugh. You could be yourself around them, but if you're hiding who you are, all right, that's not love. That's pretending. That's performance. All right? Just learn the difference between love holds you there. All right? Love heals you. It does both. It hurts you. They haven't hurt you yet. All right? A lot of times we hurt the people that we love the most. All right? It's not intentional. It's just something that we haven't dealt with. All right? And a lot of times your person might not be able to express themselves in a healthier way. All right, so I want you to share a little bit about with me, all right, because right now what I'm going to look at the desires, period, all right? It's different than intention. And intention, you got to hold it in your mind. A lot of us, we constantly in our mind thinking about the problem, how long, blah, 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 is it going to take? And we lose the momentum. We lose it. We have to stay intentional. And we don't do that, so we go straight into the desire. That cuts all confusion, and this is why we're here. No more performing, all right? She's mean, all right. So she got unresolved tension. She hasn't resolved some things in her life. All right? Some people are naturally like that. That's the way they operate. That's the lens that they choose to experience this universe. All right? They outgrow it, or the life is going to force them to outgrow it. We don't stay in these archetypes too long. All right? So, let's go ahead here. That's different. All right? They mean that just maybe them. I don't know. It could be a host of things. It all goes back to, it's just like when you come in here, it's just like going to, you're going into the universe. We tapping into the intelligence of the universe. We tapping into that God power, that godliness, that spirit, that sublimated, that energy that's just, is just so pure. When we tap into that field, basically, you're just looking at their struggles, what they're struggling with. You're looking at their coping patterns when you look at it, all right? I'm so patient with what I love. I'm a softie. All right, you could be soft and hard at the same time. All right, you could be soft and hard at the same time. All right. You just gotta know how to be a little more strict, okay? Where you could use your strength more. Is what it's all about. All right. I'm so patient with what I love. All right. No, you just don't know how to express yourself. That's all. You're not patient, because if you was patient, you wouldn't be here asking. No, you're not patient. You're about to bust. None of us are that patient. Sorry. You just scared to speak. Oh, if I speak, I will lose them. I'm patient. No, that's a line. You just lack boundaries. We confuse that. No, you just lack boundaries like everybody else. There's nothing. No, sorry. All right. I warrior more in spirit. Okay. All right. Well, when we try to, and I'm not, hey, listen, that's your experience. I'm not trying to hear to, if that's what you believe, great. I'm not here for that. I'm here to give you the truth. You want it? We ready? Go ahead, let's tap in. You're a warrior in spirit. All right. You're not suppressing who you are. You're not performing. You really have to, this is what you came to do. No problem. Hey, congratulations. I salute you. My hats goes off to you. Hats off to you, Monique. 100. All right. One more. Let's see here. Your person's desire. One more. She's mean. She's probably not even gay, or she's probably pretending. I don't know. All right. Because when you love somebody, you put all differences to the side. You got to meet me with clarity. There it goes. The 2. The 5. All right. One more. So you got a lot of conflict. You guys do you guys fight each other? Somebody wants to be smarter. I think I'm just trying to get my opinion across right now. They're used to this conflict. What you guys, something that she didn't do, or maybe she was bullied. I say, child, was she bullied? All right, one more. One more. Yeah, I asked you to come in over and over again. I asked you to come in over and over again. All right, there you go. I knew you were going to get this card. All right. She's so competitive because somebody's smarter. Who's smarter? Somebody's real smart. All right. I don't want to be taken advantage. You're not going to outsmart me. Before you outsmart me, this is conflict. This is, what is it called? Some people get addicted to conflict. Some people get addicted to this energy. All right. Because it's been told to, you have to fight. You have to fight. You have to kick, punch, scratch. You got to get out there. You got to prove. You got to prove something. All right. I'm naturally humble. Okay. Okay, that's good, man. I like that. I want to see your energy. All right. So this is the 8 of Swords. All right. The 8 of Swords is a person that has too much structure. So there's something here that she hasn't done. When you have a lot of structure, all right, you limit yourself. So there's a limitation here. All right. And when we build so much structure and we don't have a purpose, what is she doing in her life right now? All right. Because it's something that she want to do, but she's limiting herself to other people's ideas, opinions, or the way I should live my life. All right. This is something that she's probably feel like she's afraid to say the things that she want to say. All right. When we hold that voice, huh? I don't care to compete. All right. All right. Let's go ahead. I'm going to give you one more. Do she love me? All right. One more. And one more. All right. The 7 of Swords. Yeah, but she avoids those conversations. I don't know what happened with your person. She probably got taken advantage in another relationship, right? Like you say in the karmic here. Come tomorrow and we're going to do what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go back to your hidden enemies, and those mostly happen in the 8th house and in the 12th house. All right. It's showing me the 12th house. There's something here. There's a Libra here. There's a Pisces. There's somebody that's in the 5th house or the 9th house. All right. Sagittarius energy. And there's somebody that's in between this energy. All right. And this is juicy. Man, you got some juicy stuff. I wasn't expecting this. You got some juicy. Look at all this drama going on. All right. There's a lot of drama in the neighborhood. All right. There's a lot of blah, blah, blah. And we're going to deal with this tomorrow. Okay. What is your sign, Monique? What is your sign? Because somebody's holding in. Somebody is, you're the Libra. Oh. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Miss Frazier. Also, you're the Libra. You're the Libra. And her karmic is a fire. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of drama between the competition there with them. No wonder you humbly, yeah, you are. You are humbly. Thank you. Thank you for your humbleness. Thank you. But, and you can't really tell Libras anything, because Libra have that great balance, you know? And when you look at the justice of it, right, you represent that karmic, you know? You're always going to deal with a karmic, all right? Especially when you're in the 8th house. So learn your enemies there early, all right? And you also know the neutral in the sense that is what if it's fair. You fear one thing about Libras, they fair and they biased. All right, and it doesn't lean into the emotional. It simply reflects truth and balance. So I love that in Libras. All right, and a little bit of highly logical and fair, and you're neutral through objectivity. And so basically your decisions are made. Your decisions are made without emotional bias. So I love that. So you don't put a lot of. That's why I only got the 9 of Cups. I'm okay. You're okay either way. All right, but something's got to be done here. All right. You avoid confrontations. So I get it. You avoid a lot of confrontations. You're not too comfortable. I want to make you comfortable with your strength. You got to lean more into your strengths. All right. Your soft is a strength, but you also your strength is strong too. All right. Meaning your animal, because you get the strength card a lot. I'm pretty sure you get the strength card a lot, and we're gonna exercise that card tomorrow. How could you use? You don't only want to use your soft side, because then what happens is you're not gonna build confidence. You need to understand that you need to approach things, situations. You cannot run and avoid things. Okay, you can't. It's good, because what I like about Libras is that they emotionally, all right, they make decisions not based on bias, right? They emotionally. And you express and you use your discernment accurately, because you can perceive situations based on what's true without distortion. And I love that. I love that about Libras, man. All right, but you can always run. You can run from having the hard conversations that you need to have, and you're thinking it's okay, but it's not okay. That's the only thing that I can say about Libras. Nothing. Libras is amazing. All right, Libras are amazing. They like to blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You get caught up. Ooh, we. All right. Yeah, I'm ahead of being. No fear. Exactly. All right. But a lot of times we talk about it so much and we forgive so easy. It's okay. No, never mind. No, I do it. No. All right. But other than that, Libras, what can you say? You bring the balance to the zodiac. Without you, we'll be a mess. All right. And so, when you get that discernment, clarity plus intuition and grounded reasoning is the moment you sense something is off and you say to yourself, I love it. I love Libra's energy. All right. My heart goes out to you guys. Really. Yeah. Man. Let me go with Jassy. Jassy, are you still here? I pinned her question. Is she still here or she left? We're going to look at the 8th. Tomorrow I'm going to go down the list of the 8th house. 1st, 2nd, 8th house, where you find your hidden enemies. Jesse Bella, let's go ahead. I'm going to scroll down and ask you a question. I think you're talking to me about somebody. What can you say about Libras? Nothing. I wish I could stay with you. When will the person on my mind possibly break the silence? All right, you want to know if your person will break the silence? I'm going to give you some energy. We're going to tap into your incredible frequency. I know when people's frequency is too low, too high. All right, we want to make some noise. Make some noise. All right. Oh, shoot. All right, let's go ahead. When will they break the silence? I'm going to tap into the desires. All right. You already know Mercury's retrograded, so I'll wait like 10 more days. So you might get an answer in 10 days. All right. We go through the pre-shadow period when we look at Mercury retrograding. So a lot of times you get a lot of pages. All right. It gets the time to really collect. It's just, look, when you get Mercury retrograde, you got to remember that we're talking about the innocence of a child, learning how to experience and express ourselves. All right, before we get to that full night, and then we get to that night, and then we got to make it to that king or queen. All right, and it's a lot of responsibility. There you go. All right, one more. So you looking for they're looking for a clean slate. When you look at the fool, it's not neutral in a calm sense, but neutral in a as unwritten. Okay, no past way. No fixed direction, but pure potential here. All right. One more, the Fool. One more. So we got that represents the first house, the way I take initiation. A lot of times the fool starts something but they doesn't finish it. It's not aware. Your person's not aware of that. When we look at Uranus right now goes into the it's in the third house. So we got Gemini's energy here a lot. You're gonna be seeing that. You got Uranus. Uh and what else we got here? Uranus, we got Gemini's energy here. And what else we got with this card? And we got Aries, all right? So we got Saturn in the first house, all right? And how long you been with him? 3 years? I'm getting something about 3. Could be 3 years, could be 3 days, could be on the 16th, all right? So we got a little difference here now because the energy is changing. In the first house, it could be a day, all right? Saturn it rules Aquarius, and it also rules Capricorn, all right? You a Sagittarius, all right? So the Fool, I want to look at what they desire. They desire freedom, all right? Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and Ten of Swords. Yep. But the night, you could hear in 3 days. They might break in 3 days on the 16th, all right? We got that new moon happening. Of course, when that new moon is over, the pages, of course, again, I told you, you're going to get a lot of pages because this is about, instead of participating, I'm envisioning a future here, but I don't, there's money. It's all about the money because that's what the pages symbolizes. You know, my possessions, right? My responsibility. I'm taking care of things. This is correcting. This is my money wisely, right? The relationships with this card, resourceful values, health, security. All right, those are the things that are most important to this person. So thank God that when this shows up, all right, they you want to end this conflict. You want resolution. You're operating from this page of cups, all right? And the page of cups, just emotionally invested here, emotionally overwhelmed. Yeah, he's gonna break the silence, all right? When the Fool shows up, like I said, this is a 3. I don't know how long you've been with him, so there's something about 3 years, all right? The Pentacles represent years. This represent weeks, and of course, this represent months. So you got a little bit of everything here with this energy, all right? So if I were to do you versus them, let's see here. All right, we're going to put this to the side. Let's see what you get here. I'm interested in see what you're getting. One thing I like about the Ten of Swords, the conflict is over. This is what's already happened, all right? For 20 years? Holy crapola. Wow. All right, okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Wow. So this is something that you go through, right? Because that never ending. So it's a never ending story, right? It's a never ending story. It's a never ending story here with you. You guys got an anniversary coming? You guys got an anniversary? Is somebody's birthday's coming? You got a somebody's celebration coming in. Do you? Who's somebody's birthday? Let me see. You got a party, you got a celebration coming in. I've seen the 9 of Cups. All right, because I've seen the 9 of Cups, and that's a wishing card. That's a card, of course, of a happy outcome. I'm feeling, you know, cloud 9 kind of energy. You still feel something, but I seen a child, all right? Let's see here. We got the 3 of Wands. You still see a few. You're waiting. You're living in anticipation right now. All right, let me go ahead. One more. One more. Oh, man, one more. One more. No, one more. No. All right. Yep, waiting. Yep. Yep. All right, you versus them. One more. All right, that's you. We're going to look at them. There we go. All right, you're waiting for news here. So this is you versus them. You're waiting. And you invested so much. And I mean, I would say to you, you know what? Waiting too long out of hope and staying because of the cause. All right, I already invested so much. I already put so much time with this person. Confusing our patience with passivity, right? Instead of how do I make this grow? Is this growing with you? All right. So I believe here. So you got the 6 and the 7, and then you got this here. All right. I invested so much already. All right. Let me bring these cards down. Move this over here. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, you're staying. Wow. All right. Let me go ahead with their energy. Let me put this up here. I mean, the good thing about this is that something new happens here. All right. The only good thing about it, this is something here. This phase is over. At least thank God for that. All right. Because here they come in with new energy. Here they are. It's not unwritten. All right. It doesn't have any emotional weight. So thank God for that. This already happened. Okay. Whatever you experienced with him over these past 20 years. All right. There's no past way to it. Let's forget about it. Let's start over. All right. Pure potential there. But there's no fixed direction here. All right. But the Hierophant, he wants commitment. The person is, of course, it becomes conforming to the lifestyle. All right. So card of seriousness. I want something serious. You're in it forever. This one invested so much, when it comes to the 7 of Pentacles. I already, so are you evaluating things right now? Is this worth my effort? Right? One more. What's he going to say? One more. Well, I don't like to give those big emotional displays of, I can't stop thinking about you. I wish I was with you. I wish I didn't do this. I know I put you through too much. I know there's something between us. I got that. I feel that pull. All that beautiful stuff you hear in the other channels. That's what they want to say to you. But if I get the queen, if I get the king of cups, he's emotionally manipulating. You understand me? You don't know what he's gonna say. Why are you asking me? You know him already. All right. This is why I don't give all those romantic stories. I could. I'm really good because I know I channel energy. When you're here, listen. What we doing here, we channeling. Me and you together. I don't know if you're aware of it, but tomorrow I'm gonna explain consciousness. All right. I'm gonna explain consciousness to the fullest potential, so you can understand consciousness. Where's consciousness? It is gonna be mind blowing. So don't miss out on that one. Okay. I'm not gonna try to come too early, but we are gonna look at the hidden enemies, the potentials. All right. You know what they're gonna say? Oh, I can't stop thinking about you. I'm sorry. They're small. All right. This right here, because whatever they're gonna say, this is a crack in the door. This is not. You don't go to. What I'm gonna give you the advice here is what I'm gonna give you if you want it. All right. Because this energy is gonna keep showing. This is not going to try to rescue the connection. Don't interrogate it. Don't do you. I know what you're gonna do. All right. No interrogation. Where you been? Who you been with? None of that. You're gonna go through. You're gonna waste so much time. You wasting so much time. What I would do, I get it. Do you guys go to church? All right. You guys go to church? Look at that. All right. You guys go get a counselor. God should be at the center of this, is what I'm saying to you. God should be at the center of all of our relationships, all right? Meaning a connection to something divine greater than the ego, all right? So you can steer this thing in the right direction. One more, all right? Because the outcome is the 10. You want the 10 of cards, the family, the emotional fulfillment. One more. If you want that joy, share values, honesty. One more. Thank you. One more. Let me see the person. Thank you. One more. Come on. A counselor, he divorced you? There we go. We all get this energy. Yep. 4 pair. He's still holding on. All right. And the 10. The 10 of wands. All right. The good thing about it is you got 3. Look at how you got 3 tens. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, sweat. Look at this. You got 3 tens. You completed. You got one more round. You got one more round to go. You got the 10. Where's the 10 of Pentacles? All right. Where's the 10 of Pentacles? It's not here. Look. You're going to go through this one more time. Look. You got the 9. This is you right now. Where's that 10 of Pentacles? It would have showed up here. All right. Right now, somebody's carrying the weight. Look, 3, 4. All right. So, like I said, you got the 9 here. Look at the page. Everything's repeating. All right. You're going to repeat this one more time. All right. So they'll bring in communication, 3 days, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So you got 4 here. You got 3 at the bottom. You got 10. Anything from 10 days to 4 weeks to 3 years. So you're going to have another 3 years. There's something here in 3. All right. Because my bottom line here is this one. All right. And so which card we'll go with to give you, because there's a reveal here. All right. So they're going to come clean here. All right. The Tower didn't show up. You rebuild again. You build up that trust. I don't know if they got money. Huh? Just pay attention just pay attention to the energy that you got here. All right. Because we got the 4 center here. You got the 5. And then the 3 comes out later on. The 3 doesn't come to later on. Because you're between 7, 6. Meaning that right now, if I was to give you the most important thing here, because it's not showing me, because it's not showing me Uranus. We're talking about when Uranus is in the 3rd house, all right? And Uranus, it breaks a lot of the 3s. It breaks a lot of the groups, all right? And that's what's happening now. The social, something is gonna end, all right? Or the family structure, so you can rebuild again, but it's not showing me that. So I know you're gonna go through it again, okay? So it could, because we got a lot of wands here. We ended with a 1. Basically what it means, because when you look at tarot, when you look at these major arcanas, right? We got Mercury here for me, because it rules Gemini, all right? And then we got Cancer, healing the home. Healing the foundations of the home is here, all right? In the 5th house, okay? In the 5th house is about family. This is this energy for me, all right? It's about the foundation and the home. And so when we look at this energy, we're looking at the 5th house. And the 5th house, it is Leo. You're dealing with a Leo as well. So the 5th house is about marriage, the foundation, something, and it is, of course, a fixed sign, meaning that the structure, the foundation is good, all right? The foundation is good. So you got to build trust again. So we got Uranus that is in this house. You got this one that is in the 4th house. You get the 4th house here. You got to understand the energy. Oh, he's in Aries, so this is why they show up. Okay? Oh, I got a little dizzy. All right, you got to understand the energy. I will explain the whole thing to you. Okay? You got to know these archetypes when we're reading energy. All right? I didn't see the justice here. All right? When we look at energy, when we look at our tarot, we're already doing planetary archetypes in motion. We're just not reading them that way. You got to understand that happened. And you didn't get the 10 of Pentacles. That would say you completed the cycle. You completed. This person's not coming back. If you would have got all 4 tens, I would have told you you could forget about it. But it's not showing up there. So you go back at it again. The Magician and the Hierophant. All right, it's there. You got the 6 in reverse. All right, meaning that you're not done yet, because then you got the 7 here. And this one came out. So this is the full potential here. All right, right now it's the time to evaluate. All right, see what your energy is going to go. So the most important thing here, because this is building a foundation. So we got 5. You didn't get the 5 of Pentacles. It would have came out. My energy is amazing for me. And understanding here how Cancer represents the 4th, healing the home. All right, and that's what's happening right now. Mercury's retrograded there. And so they come back right now they're internalizing. All right, they're internalizing. You got to understand what this really, really means. All right, and what is happening as we explore and we understand the universe. All right, this is not something that's outside of you. All right. So I'm going to give you the advice here. I'm going to give you the advice here because it's very important to understand this energy. All right. No, you're not confused because you don't see what it is. We run through things quickly without really understanding what the energy is at and how to heal it. Because at the end of the day, you want to be able to bring healing. There are keys. All right. You guys bought a house. There are keys. He still got the keys to the house. All right. I don't know if there's property here. There's something here that's going to change. All right. So the foundation is still good. It's not broken. The trust, of course. If not, you would have got a tower. So you're not experiencing that. No, no, no. And even moving, you understand? You're gonna learn about this. All right. You're gonna really learn this energy. If you're watching, I want you to learn. All right. You saw the house. Okay. See, I knew there was a house. All right. So there's still keys here. You could still rebuild. Look at the 10 here. All right. So why it happened? What's happening? We got the Fool. When this person reaches back out, all you got to do is have the conversation. But you're not gonna go on the attack. All right. You're not gonna go on the attack. You're not gonna start accuse him. Okay. Why you come? Go ahead. Share with me what you're confused about. I want you to show me what you help me. Help me help you better if you're confused. All right. Help me help you. Let me help you because we're confused. Go ahead. All right. And I'm gonna go and give you the advice with the Hierophant and with because it's commitment. All right. I want to build a relationship that's real. You know, I want to grow something real here. All right. You're waiting on here. You're waiting and you're not going to stop waiting. Yeah, you're not going to stop until they answer you because it's like you put so much. Relationships like this, we don't give them up so quickly. I want you to tell me what you're confused about. What are you watching in other channels and that you're watching here? All right. Why are you watching in other channels that you're not understanding? You said he's calling me. No, I didn't tell you that. All right. You be hearing. It could be through somebody else. Okay. But I got the 3. It could be 3 years because when I get the pentacles, it's mostly represent years. All right. That's why I said you've been a separate. There's something that happened 3 years ago, or there's something about the 3 period, whether it was 3 years. There's something that happened 3 years. You lost communication with him 3 years ago. It could be 3 days. It could be 3 years. That's why I'm saying the 3 is going to be one of the most important things. All right. How long ago did he stop communicating with you? You got to be honest. How long you haven't been around him? Okay. It's been 7, 3, 6. All right. Or 5. All right. Because this is all about new beginning, fresh beginnings and looking forward. All right. I'm forgetting the past here. I don't know if they were dating. They were dating somebody younger here at the end of the day, but I'm not here for that. We could discuss that tomorrow. But my thing is here, this is healthy and mutual support. It's a flow of energy between 2 people, all right? It wasn't how long ago? All right? So at the end of the day, when we look at the energy here, it is dependable, somebody who gives resources, advice, time, right? And recognizing those worth. You're all over the place because you're not understanding what I'm saying. You think that, listen, one thing about relationships, right? Because you want me to give you a great story, all right? You want me to give you a great story, and that's not where we at. I'm not all over the place. You're not understanding what I'm saying to you. And it's okay. It's your opinion, all right? Look, I give, that here in this channel, I do a lot of education. It's not that I'm all over the place. What I read, I educate as well. I just don't read because I'm not gonna paint a story because to make you feel like, yeah, he's coming back. I'm not gonna give you that. Energy is not like that. We move through consciousness. All right, we experience polarity. We experience both. So a lot of times I get things in both quick. It doesn't move. It doesn't. We are not just fixed. We're here. We're moving. Even though we feel like we are not like that. All right. So it's not that I'm all over the place. It's that you want me. This is what you want me to do. I'm gonna give you something. I'm not tapping into nothing. Look, I'm gonna give you what you want. All right. You want me to give you? I'll give you a story, without educating you. This is the way I work here. I'm gonna give you a story because this is what you want. All right. And this is just to explain to you. All right. This is just to explain to you because this is what you want. All right. You want me to give you the past because this is what people like. One more. No more. Thank you. All right. In the past, that's your past, right? The present. Your future. All right? So, you know, in the past, they were cheating. Somebody was more dominating, blah, 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 blah. The feeling was lost. Your person took care of you. The emperor represents somebody that's what? What this is? Somebody that's controlling. From the finances to the home, blah, blah, blah. There was not a lot of love, blah, blah, blah. They cheated. All right? There was a disconnection. All right? I don't do that here. All right? Right now here. You asking questions. You undecided here. You're looking to connect with this person, but you're not really sure if you want this person back. Right? This is what's happening right now. You want answers. I want answers. And he's saying, I'm not dealing with feelings. I'm not going to deal with feelings. I'm mentally controlled. I'm emotionally restrained. I'm not dealing with feelings. He's going to tell you, your person is not dealing with feelings. You got to understand Mercury retrograding in the fourth house. I told you you're going to get threes, 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 and threes. These are all potentials. All right? These are all potential. These are not outcomes, so don't forget about that. All right? So you're right now with the 4 here in the future. Although there's hope for the future here because you got to complete the cycle. You haven't completed the cycle. How hard it is to understand. You want me to give you a story, which is not, but I better give it to you past, present, and the future. There's hope here. If you align this energy with your person, if you get the healing that you need to heal, if you do the healing here, you could get this outcome here. Right now, you're worried, you want emotions, you want answers. You're not using your discernment. You have to use your discernment. You want to hear the pain now. You want everything to go away. This is what's happening in the third house. And Uranus is in Pluto. All right. And this is the way I could help you explain this. All right. This is globally. This has happened to all over the world. All right. We are breaking down old systems and new ones are being tested. All right. These old systems of the emperor, this is done. This is government. There are systems that are breaking for certain reasons. All right. And this is globally. This is affecting you. It's not just you. It's everywhere. Relationships are being tested. We get put to the test. We don't get to put to the test when we in our comfort. While things are moving, while relationships, people, friends, family, everybody gets an opinion of how I should live. You understand me? I'm going to leave it there. We don't get tested while we're comfortable. We get tested. This is globally. You want me to give you a story and it's going to the same thing. You're going to watch the same thing. So when you come to that, just be patient. Your story, like they say, oh, your story's up there in the future. This is you. This is pouring inspiration. Take your time to heal. All right? There's stability coming. All right? It's not done. You didn't get the pentacle. What you got was cups. You got the cups at the beginning. All right? The same thing. You got the same energy backwards. The same thing. All right? I'm done. What else you want me to do? You all over the place? You want me to give you the story? From now, I'm going to do past, present, and future. I'm just showing you what's going on, but I'm giving it to you from an intellectual way. But you're not understanding that. It's not that I'm all over the place. I want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Take your $10 and get out of here. Get your ass out of here. Get out of here. Oh, gosh. Blah, 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 blah. You are, blah, blah, blah. All right, let me get out of this live. Let me see who else is here. All right, who's next? That's it, we done? Hey, Miss Fisher. Boy, oh boy, people want miracles. But you gotta be careful with the energy. There's things that are happening in the third house. Systems are being changed. This is all outdated systems. This is all outdated systems. That's what I'm getting new cards. All right, doesn't matter. It's affecting us. Oh, we want the truth, but we can't handle it. We want answers now. No, calm down. Let it go. All right, use your discernment, your ability to accurately perceive what is true without distortion from fear, desire, ego, projection. Okay? Not paranoia. Relax. Okay? Clear seeing, clear thinking. This one's clean. There's nothing. All right? There's nothing that we don't understand. All right? It's our perception. We got to change our focus. All right? You're not out in the cold. You're not out. You're good. We got to understand things, right? Discernment is clarity, intuition, grounding. All right? Ground yourself, okay? When you ground yourself, you bring awareness to your body, your thoughts, your breath, your shoulders. Relax. It's affecting not you. It's affecting us all, okay? You're not in it by yourself. This is why a lot of times the 6 of, all right, and the 7 of Pentacles come out. I invested so much time already, right? This is a moment where you take your time and pause and observe, and you grow and you choose wisely. The 7 of Pentacles is telling that, all right? Either way, you stay committed to the things that you redirect your energy. It's telling you, redirect your energy. That's straightforward truth, all right? If you stay patient with the right thing, it grows. If you already invested time in the wrong thing, it's going to drain your energy. Understand what the Queen is telling you. Your life is a garden. You're a solo gardener if you're doing this by yourself, right? Each pentacle is a result of your effort and your power. If you're already growing but not fully, you're not harvesting it yet. Not yet. It's not the right time. We live through season cycles and phases, all right? Progress is happening, all right? You have created value already, all right? The reward is, and yeah, you could be going through a karmic cycle. There's a lot of things that are affecting us, okay? And so why are they still in the bushes? The question, right? Why are they still there? All right? You're supposed to reap this world, but you're supposed to go. We're not testing when everything's going great. All right? When we're moving. When friendships are forming. Relationships with friends, colleagues, all kinds of family. Things happen. We get tested there. All right? Who's willing to do the hard work to survive? All right? Don't worry about it. You're going to survive this. There's hope here. All right? Don't give hope. Hope is what keeps this intact, right? Because we know there's possibility for the future. All right? And you can only rely on hope. But without hope, everything is, well, we have to have faith, of course. Faith, you release that. You already said to the universe, hey, this is what I'm expecting to happen. How can I give me the patience, give me the discernment that I need so I can survive this? All right? If this person is meant to me, they'll stay with me. All right? It'll happen. But not if you live in worry, One of the things about the 2 of Swords, is I will not deal with my feelings right now. And the King of Swords, of course, he's controlled, emotionally restrained. He values logical and overthinking, and that is the intellectual, right? Without feelings, okay? It's no feelings right now. I don't have time to deal with feelings right now. Understanding that you keep believing, oh, she's straightforward, blah, 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 blah. You keep believing in that Queen of Swords will have you so confused, all right? You got to understand what that Queen of Swords is telling you, all right? And when it comes to the 6 of Pentacles, right, she got it in the reverse. right? A desire for balance, connection, but insecurity or fear of not measuring up, okay? You're being measured for something better, all right? Understand the balance that, of course. And you got to understand that Venus right now is in the 6th house, okay? When you understand Venus, I didn't bring Venus up, okay, because she was in reverse. When your balance, when your balance, it starts draining you. When you don't choose, your balance drains. That's it. Your equilibrium. Okay, you got to understand that. We got to try to have as much balance as we can here. All right? Build your confidence from within. All right? Place receiving, open heart, letting go of the need to prove or to win or whatever it is. Okay? Focus on your growth here. I mean, I could have went in a little bit more. Anybody else has a question? Hey, Rachel. She said you are funny. No, because people come in and they don't really understand the energy. And listen, if this was easy, we would all be doing it, right? But when we don't, I'm teaching here discernment, you know, so clearly. All right, you got to learn how to judge well. You have the ability to integrate, you know. And when it comes to the psychological aspect of it, organizing different aspects of your personalities and your feelings into these whole functions, we have to. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. What is the major lesson I am currently learning? I like that. See? There we go. We're learning lessons. You getting it. Yay. All right. One of the things, I would have loved if I would have seen like the high priestess with the, I don't know if the high priestess with the magician, because she knows, he does. She waits for timing and he initiates the movement. But I didn't get that, okay? I got a whole new system setting up for her with the King of Swords, because he's highly logical and fair. And of course, he is decision making without emotional bias. All right? He don't care about the feelings. He doesn't care about the feelings. All right? He's thinking about how can I make this better, right? We got to understand how to evolve. It means to basically develop into a more expanded and aware and integrated version of ourselves, right? It's not becoming someone else. It is becoming more fully of who you actually are and listening to your higher self, right? What is the lesson that you're learning here? You're learning here. Let's see. All right? Boy, oh boy. You know, if I would have got the, I think, did she get the Queen of Cups? Yeah, she got the Queen of Cups earlier with the King of Swords. And then she got the King. One feels, one frame is, but then she got at the end, she got the Emperor. All right, he contains the expansion. He contains the expansion of the Empress. But when that Empress is like that, the matriarch and the patriarch, okay? Somebody wants control here. When you have a healthy polarity, you get growth with stability. But when you get unhealthy polarity, control and dependency, there's a lot of dependency here. And I know 20 years is not easy, but at some point, we got to move on. All right? Understand the polarity and the split between you, your personality, your person's desires. You know, desires, they change. All right? Your passions are going to change over the years. Let's see here. Miss Francis, good morning, good morning. Let's go ahead. I don't even think I'm going to keep this live up. One more. You can't mess with that Queen of Swords. Boy, oh boy. All right? When we look at those clouds, they down. That is dealing with low, toxic, dense pockets of consciousness. All right? I don't think she's aware of it. All right? The clouds ain't moving nowhere. They stuck at the bottom. All right? That's why she has to choose wisely. Okay? One more. One more. One more for you. Hey, Stevens. Yeah, you learning your lesson. All right. So you got the Death card. You got the Hangman in reverse, and you got the Four of Wands. All right. So the lessons that you're learning in right now is learning how to. Are you saying no more? All right, because this is about the home, the foundation, having more stability, more security in your home. All right, or even doing your own. What are you doing right now? This is mastering the craft. This is aligning things. Things right now are supposed to be organized, more organized here. The lessons that you're learning here. The Hangman is a 12 card, so he goes between. He sits between he sits between the Justice card and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and so this is no more confusion, right? Because one thing about Neptune, work from home, small amount of travel. All right, all right. However you want to identify this, great. Work from home and small amount of travel. All right, because the Hangman, of course, uh, he represents Neptune, and Neptune is confusion awakening. Okay, so you have more time here because this is a part-time worker. All right, you're part-time. You're working part-time here. All right, you gotta see. One of the things I like about this is because all the hard work that you put in. All right, this frustration will this. Okay, I'll be right with you. One thing about this here with the Four of Wands is that all the hard work, dedication that I put in, I have a home that I could call mine. Have you invested in your home? Have you buy property? All right, this is a good time anyway. At the end of the day, because Neptune. All right, you got two jobs. Yeah, you got part time here. All right, I know exactly. But this person works outside and this person works inside. All right, and the balance here is to have balance between your friends, right? I don't know if you're hosting parties, game nights. All right, no ATM living with my family. Oh, okay. But the bottom line here is have to have more devoted more time to your craft. All right, to the things that you really love inside the home or outside the home, because this works outside the home. All right. This goes outside. This goes and do the things. It has time to do both. All right. So have the balance here, and the Hangman in reverse. It's not more. The focus is here is not going to be on the outside world. All right, neighbors. All right. No more complain. I don't know, like getting along better with your neighbors. Be more neighborly. Be more friendly. Not to focus on gossip. All those things that you was used to entertaining. All right. That's what it means here, because we got Neptune here. And when Neptune is, of course, in right now in the first house along with Saturn, all right, and Saturn gives you that discipline, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to. So you're not greedy. You're not about, a lot of people, they want to expand so big, all right. And when we look at the Emperor, you understand, miscommunication seems to be clearing exactly. So that's clear enough for you with your neighbors, all right. And that's what's happening right now, because we have Venus in the devoting more time to the family, the home, the foundation, with, of course, new moon. So all this energy is going to come to play. But you asked me, what is the most important thing that you're learning, all right? Because then you got 12, 13, 14. This is what you got to work on, all right? If not, this would have came up, because this is Pluto transformation, changes, environment, big changes here. I don't know if you have left dogmas, programs, church, just how to not be dogmatized by religion. All right, have you left your religion? Because when the death card shows up, you're here. You haven't done it yet. You're on your way to that. All right, because this is important. The foundation, what I'm building, something serious, something stable. All right, so you got that on the pack. All right, and fixing that. But I wish this would have came out first. All right. When you devote yourself to your time, to you, to your home, to your family, whatever it is that you got going, travel, of course, that's a travel card. This is living in a gated community. All right. So do you live in a gated community? All right. You might live next to sports arena. There's something here also about sports. All right. Because this list, let me see. Yes, my culture is expanding to be more aware of other people's experiences. All right. Because this is experiencing new, different cultures and things like that. All right, taking in a little bit more more sportsmanship. All right, so it's different for each person. But I'm living inside a gated community. It's beautiful. I bought my own house, which I really work hard for. All right, or you might be in the process of that. All right, let me see what else here. But I'm gonna give you the death card, so I'm gonna help you understand the death card. This is why we're here, right? So I can help you explain this energy, because this is not cute. This could be real messy here. Because at the end of the day, as far as our evolution, All right. A lot of times, as an evolution, when we respond differently to what triggers us, right? Because we're here to change our identity, the things that we identify with as we growing up. As children, we've been, again, subconscious patterns, because this goes into the subconscious, right? Looking at the halo, it represents our spiritual gifts that we come in, all right? And when we reach that dimension, all right? So going from the 3 to the 4 to the 5, you ate 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So you had a lot of experiences and time to look at things from multiple perspectives, from a higher level of awareness. You understand? Of course. So this is, one thing when you see the very exaggerated death card, because it's about transition in here, and this is as part of our evolutions that we start seeing the patterns earlier. All right. The environments that we're in, of course, identity, changing our identity, not just changing. Look, a lot of people think transformation, I don't know, you probably just did something new to your hair. All right. Did you did something? There's something that you want to do here, but that has to be inside, because these systems are changed already. This is something that happened already. All right. There's something here that you want to do here. All right. I mean, I'm not going to go into the whole Pope thing. All right. Yeah. All right. But this is not what this is about. No, this is not what this is about. All right. You asked me and I'm going to give it to you. Okay. Because consciously, we outgrow dynamics. Okay. That felt normal. And it increases our awareness when we choose, right, from our unconscious patterns, because our evolution as a human species, right, is to change big systems. All right. It's not to stay quiet. All right. 3. All right. One more. So you change your friends too? You change your friends too? One more. Thank you. One more. One more. Wow. One more. Wow. Oh my goodness. Jeez Louise. The Empress. All right. 8 of Cups. Okay. The Queen of Swords. All right. Not so defensive. All right. Not so defensive. All right. Your deep emotional feelings. So you're taking better care of the home. Okay. Freedom from breaking down systems with respect and communication. Wow. I wish it was that easy. I wish I could tell you, you know what? I wish it was that easy, but it's not easy. All right. It's not that easy, because this goes back ancient culture. This goes back to the Celtic. All right. We go back to here, blacksmithing, the way the Renaissance, of course, we look at when we look at the Renaissance, it bring new systems in. So we breaking those old systems, those traditions. All right. Those systems are done. Because right now this is globally. I mean, this is a deep energy here at the end of the day. All right. Because when we look at transformation, it's not changing my hair color. It's not buying new outfits. That's not what this is. You were meant to no. This is not that's what we think it is, because we don't really take our time to do the work. All right. This is not that. This is not an ending, beginning something else. That's not what this is. All right. Because this is about, transforming systems, all right? Our souls, all right, are not here for the surface level work. Let's forget about that. Your soul is not here for surface level work here. I don't know if you know that, all right? And this is why this here, all right? It's good, okay? The nurturing kind and trying to find between your nurture and your mind and your connection more, the will, the spirit here, because you're holding on here, your spiritual gifts, because you're trying to make, I don't know, you have to share something to the world, and you haven't done that. So when you ask me something, I love it, because you're not here for surface level work, period. All right. You're here. All right. And if I were to ask you something, like if I say to you, well, are you more drawn to helping individuals to transform, or you're going to transform large system and structures? Because this is all about structures. All right. You shouldn't ask me that question. I love questions like that. So I'll ask you the question: why you think you're here? All right, because this is about grievances. We could stomach a lot of grievances. All right, we could stomach a lot when people give you grief. You understand what I'm saying? Grief counselor. What are you doing? Like, are you becoming a grief counselor? You're here to deal with people that have like all right, let's just say you could do something in physical, all right? Physically, all right? So you're being too careful. You're being too careful. You see what I'm doing here? I'm breaking stigmas and I'm setting a new system because these old systems are outdated. So are you draw more to helping individuals transform or transforming large, because this is about transforming large system. There is nothing cute about this energy. All right. Are you making purchases that mark a new chapter? Here, look. All right. Moving to a new home. Are you moving to a new home? Are you selling old furniture? Are you buying new ones? All right. Are you buying a new wardrobe after personal transformation? Again, are you changing your hairstyle drastically? Are you rebranding your image? All right. That's the, if you're doing that, that of course signaling identity evolution, your identity. Oh, those borrowed identities from the past, they're no longer serving your growth. If you're doing that, because this is deep, all right? We're talking about Scorpio energy. And not only Scorpio, we're talking about the eighth house. The house is, of course, marriage. Looking into my finances and who I share resources with, all right? If that's what you're doing, I mean, it's got to be drastically. You already, because you got to step into this energy, all right? What are we learning tonight? Pringles, you yesterday. All right, because this energy here, all right, you're supposed to be investing in deep healing investments here. All right, therapy focuses on trauma release, shadow work courses, detox or health reset programs. This is all about the reset, and that's what we have. That's what we having right now, and that is happening in the first house. That is happening in the way I initiate things, and do I finish what I started? You understand this? This is deep, and I love that you asked me that question because I love the deep. The deeper, the better. All right, we get more to the bottom of things. Oh, that's what am I supposed to be doing? All right. Okay, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. This is for deep emotional processing. All right. This is the psychological rebirth spending. When you start making psychological, and you doing it, but you got to now embrace it. You got to acknowledge it. This is why I'm doing this. It's not for nothing. It just got the death name because it's about transformation. This is the ending of the all identity. That system, the dynamic, whatever, that's not never nothing. It could never come back. All right? Like when people say, is there life still in death? Yeah. It's just transitioning into a new system. All right? Even your computer. All right? You got a computer. You got phone. Just changing all that information. Update everything. Everything all got to go. And we could release that energy, of course, in the new moon in Cancer. All right? And that is all about the home. So you understand this energy is going to show up at the end of the day. All right? And the cycles, fertility issues. You might be having so many things here that are happening, and it's giving you the opportunity. Okay? So at the end of the day, the new moon in Cancer tomorrow, all right, is intention related to the home, family, emotional healing, and self-care. All right? For you. All right? Because that's what it's bringing. Let me see. All right? Greg Maxwell, how you been, Max? Man, I would like to shut him down, but I don't got time for that. Not today. All right? I've been what? And that's what it's... That number is going to keep repeating. What are you, a Taurus? A lot of Taurus gets that energy, and everybody steps in because they like the 13. All right? And it shows up like that. When you understand that we live in a cosmic system, all right, we live in a cosmic system, and we already, when we experiencing tarot, it is just telling you where this energy is at and what is available to you. And a lot of people don't understand it. We're not reading it that way, but that's what it is. All right. I am fine. How are you? I'm good, Maxwell. How are you? All right. When we don't understand the planetary ascension and what the Bible really represents, we don't understand it because we take things literally. All right. We don't really understand it. And so, of course, our mind just looks at patterns and understanding about the system. And we even look at the Pope. Those systems are breaking. We're stepping into a whole new energy. All systems are being tested right now. These systems are being tested. All right. And that's Pluto. All right. I'm good, Maxwell. All right. And I could accept things, people. You're a Gemini. All right. So you're going to go through this changes because you got Uranus. It's not showing up here. All right. But it's going to be testing those systems. All right. I want to, and you will, but you gotta go deeper. See, Geminis, you all in the mind here. All right. You in the intellect. You rule that. And that is telling you, of course, uh, fairly minded, logical, neutral through objectivity, decisions made. And I'm just going to bring that as one of the most important things. Decisions are going to be made without emotional bias. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Max. Thank you, sweetie. All right. So when we look at that, so if you're starting to do those things, because this is about psychological rebirth, spending crystals, all right, for transformation, journals for shadow integration, ritual tools, black or deep. They give it to you right here. Okay? I mean, symbolically, I know what this represents. Symbolically. All right? Symbolically, this is what you're doing. This is deep transformation. That's a deep Scorpio energy. All right? And it's going to help you. So if you transforming, you great. All right? What the death not... Listen, I'm going to tell you something real quick because I don't want you to get caught up in the hype. What the death card, the transformation card, does not favor small cosmetic upgrades, half committed changes, buying to distract from endings, emotional avoidance and purchases. The death energy says if you're buying it, it should support a true shift. All right? So the question is, what are you buying? All right? Is this purchase helping you release something old, or are you trying to cling on to something that's already ending? And if so, all right, tell me what you're considering buying, and I'll tell you if it's aligned with death energy or it's going to resist it. You tell me what you're buying, and I'm going to tell you if it's going to resist that change. You tell me, because you came and asked me, well, what was the question again? Let me just put it again. Am I doing the work? Because right now the work is all, Venus is in, you got to understand where Venus goes. She expresses herself different. She's all about creativity. She's all about what? All right? The soil. You're the soil. All right? You're the matriarch. All right? You give birth to creativity. We're here to create. We're here to expand. And then the emperor comes, right? Because the emperor expands, she expands, and he contains. Because we are talking about, when we talk about ancestry, when we're talking about roots, what is given to us. You understand me? You're not buying anything, okay? So you got to understand what this card is telling you. If you're buying those things, this is where it's taking you, okay? Because if you're buying or you resisting that change, but it has to happen. So when you look at careers and death, transformations ending, major transition is here. These psychological cosmetics change. But when you look at the careers with the death energy, healing crisis, professions, surgery, you might have to get surgery. All right. I don't know if you're going through some counseling, grief, surgery, emergency medicine, hospice care. I don't know if you're taking care of moms. There's somebody here. It could be so many things here for each and every one of when you get this card. All right. But trauma, therapist, crisis intervention, okay? You're supposed to work where where other people fear to go. I'm going to say it again, where other people fear to go. This is where you go in, all right? Where other people fear to go. This is why I'm here, because I'm not here to transform just individual level. Yeah, I go with people one-on-one, all right? And then I'm here to transform a large system. The identity of the all, the way you understood these cards, that has to change because you got to step into your power. You have power here. You are co-creative. You're an intuitive creator along with everybody else. So what you do affects us as a whole. All right. I'm an art model work in the gallery. All right, that's good. That's good because that's what the death card bring in the Renaissance. It bring a whole new system. So you still, man, that's deep. Isn't that deep? Because if you look at the Renaissance, if you look at the Black Plague, you go look at the Black Plague and what happened. Oh, man, this is deep. You don't have no idea what we got here. This is so deep. I want to bring in the past cards. I want to bring in the past life cards. I'm an art model working in the gallery and helping artists. That is dope. That is dope. We had a renaissance. That's a look. And that's exactly right. Shit. See that? Oh, sweat. Holy shit. Oh, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. You had a renaissance. You have to have. You're doing in that, but now you got to change all systems. All right. But I mean, from a spiritual perspective, this is some deep stuff here. All right. What kind of exhibition you guys had? It's something more modern, right? It's like modern with Renaissance. What it says, now Monet to Matisse. Oh, now it's abstract. Oh, and that's weird, right? People don't understand the abstract. You understand it a lot or what? And you're a Gemini too. Wow. How does that help you? All right. At the end of the day, you should be getting into shadow and integrated and coach, where you're gonna help people shed. You are here to help people shed all identities. All right. He doesn't know it. That his identity about to be changed. All right. One of the things about I paint too. Oh, what a beautiful thing. All right. But anyway, you're here to change all identities. That's it. You're not here to stay superficial. Okay. And so you help people shed all identities and look at themselves. People here, they don't want to face the truth. All right. And this is all about, and when it comes to relationship, if it serves its purpose, the attachment dissolves, grief happens, and there's going to be space for something new. Okay. The death, it clears the ground. All right. People paying you, and I'm also paying the art of working in gallery. What do you mean by change identities? All right. And so when you look at the identity, the part of you that you thought that it was the true you. No, you got to, not the ego doesn't dissolve. The ego's got to be integrated. So it could function under the one system. So you're going to break that old identity, the old you, the version of yourself that you thought you believe all these stories that you were told when you were little. All right. And it goes between the kings. There's still some kings left. All right. Remember, the king represents order, and the emperor, he represents putting all those orders into one system. So he controls the external. All right. He contains the mess. All right. He is, of course, our first system of government was to a centralized to a king. All right. You got to pay attention when this is. I'm so happy when people ask that. I love that. People ask me questions like that. Oh my God, I love it. They'll get to explore. They'll be like, oh my God, I'm doing exactly right now. And you're on your way there. Maybe you're still young, right? You're still young. It'll blow your mind. Yep. You know me. You just don't remember me. All right? Oh, sweat. Oh, sweat. I love this. Thank you, God. Oh, sweat. Anyway. Oh, no more. All right? And you got to understand, when you get this placement, is a beautiful gift. This is a beautiful gift when you're being placed in an environment that forces evolution. And sometimes you outgrow people, systems, or they outgrow you. And sometimes life upgrades you by dismantling what was once comfortable. It means you're no longer sustainable in your surroundings, baby. You are surrounded by transformation energy. All right? You exposing, you're purging the inedible. The things that people don't want. Oh, I don't want to see that. All right? You're bringing it's a new dynamic. You're setting up a new system. All right? Oh, sweat, I love it. Thank you for allowing me to give you this energy. I mean, I didn't get through the whole thing. All right? And so I love it anyway, because yes. Does this have life? Yes. But not in the form that we're seeking. So when we ask a question and this shows up, because when it comes to love, the current version of the relationship is over. And what happens next depends on whether both people, okay, can transform together. All right? That says this cannot continue as it has been. The pattern must end, and identity within the relationship is dissolving. All right? So it is deeper than more final. It's more deeper than final. It's more deeper than final. All right? It's not final. It was fun, right? You love that. It's not. It's more deeper than final. Judgment is because when you get the awakening, right? You get to the decision. You get to decide. Okay, I'm gonna keep this pattern going. I want to keep this pattern going. Not the death card, right? This is irreversible transformation. So whether you know it or not, you're in the right place for the moment. So enjoy, right? Because there are always two possibilities, all right, which is rare, but it's powerful. Both people confront their shadow, they release the ego, they change their behavior, all right. Because you cannot resurrect the old dynamic. You can't, all right. The relationship can return, but it feel completely different. And it's supposed to. You're not gonna stay with the same old identity. You're not that same 4 or 5 year old, 12-year teenager. You're not that. We don't live under the orders of a king. We got a whole listen, we share democracy. We share democracy. We choose our government, right? We choose our leaders. Oh, so thank you, thank you. Listen, has been for me the comeback from the other all right, we choose. All right, get it out of here. All right. So we got to look at the leaders that we put in position, in power. All right. We got to look at our leaders, and then we go back to how we got our government. Yeah, we look at how we got our government and housing. All right, they evolved together. We always had our of course ancestors. We always had guy leaders. We always had them. We always had government, but they were not centralized yet. All right. Then when the government came in, okay, this is everybody has this work to do. You share this. You put housing over here. There was a lot of confusion. All right, and then we started building big structures, and now we came out of the centralization. But right now we're in a place where we're building so many different departments. There's a lot of things that are happening, and everybody's supposed to own a piece of land. All right, but now since the government want to take over, right? We share the democracy. We choose. We say who goes in the office. All right. Not one person makes the decision. All right. So we share that, and I think it's cool. All right. It's not to get lost while I'm in the system. How do I live a good life while I'm stuck in the system? All right. And I love this energy. Thank you for allowing me to give you this upgrade. So understand, yeah, I'm in the right place. All right. Whether it's physical or spiritual. All right, sweetie. Oh man, this energy is off the hook. I can't wait till I do you guys' reading. All right, at least you understand. All right. Because at the most superficial, I'm changing my home. I'm buying new furniture. I'm upgrading. I'm putting things, like this is home. You understand me? At the most level, surface level. All right, you clearing out furniture. You throwing out furniture. You beautifying your home. And this is one thing about the new moon in Cancer happening right now, healing the foundations of the home. All right, making them a little bit more sturdier. All right, breaking out the old system. Maybe just taking time here with Venus there in the, of course, sixth house. All right, it's all about, for me, I mean, I haven't really get into the Venus energy. This is devoting time to my craftsmanships, to me. All right, to upgrade myself, and just taking time to, just slow things down. All right, this is a more routine. Well, sometimes it could get just a little stagnant. Okay, because it likes routine. It could get a little stagnant, but the Knight of Pentacles didn't show up. All right. So on this timing, of course, this is where emotional healing happens. Set those intentions. Anything related to the family and home, emotional healing, self-care, and security. Okay, and of course, Mercury retrograde there that rules, of course, Virgo and Gemini. All right, it's gonna be beautiful, And then after in 10 days. In 10 days, communication comes back. It just changes. Everything changes. Everything changes here. All right? And so right now, you might find yourself revisiting old conversations, reviewing plans. Instead of rushing them, it's asking you that. Anything in the home. All right? I got a beautiful, rewarding home that I'm proud of. Celebrate your accomplishments. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your life. Celebrate your path forward. Anything any milestones. Celebrate your life. Celebrate your life. Okay? Review plans instead of rushing ahead. All right. And then after that, boom. Everything has a cycle and its phases. Home is in where I set up a house. Home is wherever my kids are. I love that. I love that, Pringles. And what happened to you yesterday, Pringles? Yesterday, I don't know if you was in your feelings, but I came back and tried to explain the Two of Pentacles. I don't know if you was in your feelings about something that I had probably said. Uh, I try to teach here as much as I can, and for you to understand, a little bit more. All right. A lot of times we come in, we want the answer. I want answers. I want another truth. No, it's blah 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 blah. This is not a story fairy tale. This is real life. Your life is being affected here. Anyway, so this is when you see this showing up. All right. And then, our shadows are going to show up anyway. And so we got to be careful what triggers us. All right. What gives us our insecurities, our fears, right? How we operating under this energy. All right. It might not be just your energy. Okay. Look at, I want somebody to point something out. If I'm doing something wrong, if I'm saying something wrong, I want you to point it out. All right. And then, I check myself also. Okay. We are all imperfect. Okay. I'm not trying to be here, trying to be smarter than somebody else. I'm just sharing what I know. I'm just passing information. That's all. You might take it as something else because you haven't dealt with some things. All right. I have a romantic partnership, but I've learned to lean on my on a network of people rather than one person realizing the world is also my exactly. No more limiting your identity. No more limit identity. I'm not gonna just limit my identity to the 4, 6, 8, 10 people, even the people in my job. No. The whole world supported me. I have a network of friends, family that love me. That should be taught from a small age. Changing those paradigms, those of course. That all I don't identify with that no more. That's what I was told when I was little. All right? And I don't identify with that no more. Why is that gotta be the only thing? Why I gotta go to the container? Can I meet God anywhere? And so that's one of the things in the system. That's one of the things about the what is happening. I mean, when we look at Pluto, it's not, I think, another 140 years. I'm not sure before it makes its full revolutionary around the sun, and that's when we're gonna see all these systems come. Right now, they being tested. This is why you see a lot of AI, a lot of robots. All right, you see them. They're being tested, but we're changing. It's gonna change, and then whether Mother Earth accept it or not. If not, it'll be completely wiped off. All right, we have masculine and feminine in all of us, and we can share connection with. Exactly, exactly. I love that. I love your energy. I can't wait to do Gemini's energy. When you really step into your discernment and you clear with intuition and grounded reasoning, and it shows it there. Powerful energy with Gemini. All right, the moments you sense something, this is the line. This is me. I might be genuine. You're not reading. Reacting from fear. You really standing your ground. All right, you're not holding it. All right. If I seem irritated, I apologize, but that wasn't my. I know that was not your intention. I know mine's either. I'm not trying to be more intellectual than you. All right, you might take it that way, but that's not my intention. All right. I'm not focusing here on my nails. Of course, I gotta be presentable on my looks. I worry more about the mind and the heart. That's where I'm at. I'm not focusing on those things. Those things were, that's why I don't have a whole bunch of knickknacks and all kinds of stuff. That is gonna distract you from the truth. I don't want to distract you from the truth. All right. I'm gonna throw some words. You could get out the live and go look. I want you to be like curious. Huh? How true can this be? That's what you believe. Believe slowly. Believe in yourself. Have faith in all you do. Courage. If you get started, vision and courage together, and you got the strength. God is gonna see you through with strength. Don't let nobody turn you around. Don't let nobody turn you around. Not even me. All right. I talk. I do the work when I leave here before I come in here. All right. I don't think I'm smart, so I ask questions that nobody else's does to better insight. All right. Yeah. Yeah. You do good. You're doing good. All right. Just ask questions that are uncomfortable. All right. People don't want to ask them because a lot of people, they're not there yet. It's not their time, and they're not ready to step into it. All right. And that's it. Yeah. Hold on. No, don't say that. Why? Don't think. No, you are smart. No, this is why I'm bringing awareness. You have a question? Go ahead. Hey, Goldsmith. Hi, Goldsmith. Welcome to the live. I have one more question, and then I'm leaving. I'm gonna do like I've been watching the reruns of Catch 21 with Alfonso Riviero. And he said, "See y'all." I'm out of here. One more question. If you have questions, I got answers. And we have the little spaceship. Even the name is misunderstood. Even my name is misunderstood. And you see the little alien ship. If I say what I really want to say, even my spaceship is on there. You see it? Go look at my even the name is even misunderstood. We'll get there eventually. We'll get there. Give it to them. Give it to them. I'm gonna give it to you. Whoa, we got a long way to go. So let me see. Will I get married this year? Hey, Tanisha. Hey, Miss Fisher. As long as I've had a shower and my clothes are clean, nothing else really bothers me. God bless. All right. If you're going through something, how can I help you? If you are brave enough to come in, you could ask. You never know. Oh, shoot. Oh, I got to charge my phone. Hold on. I'm about to lose my power. Hold on. Fisher, I'll be right with you. Hold on. All right. Okay. Are you here, Tanisha? Miss Fisher? If I have, because I have a heavy accent and you hear my strong voice, I'm going to get a little holler. Oh! It's not the time, but hey, the wild is not calling, so nobody should be acting. Nobody. Somebody sent me a message. Who's this? Salma Hansela 1209 comment. All right. Are you here? Will I get married this year? Let's go ahead. Who told you getting married? I want to give all zodiac signs, and I don't care. All right. Somebody told you getting married? Well, let's find out. I can't wait. Ooh. Let's get into your frequency. You'll have a sacred vibration. And here we are. We like to see a lot of aces because they don't carry emotional weight. They don't have no history yet, right? There are opportunities. They're not outcomes, okay? So the energy is open rather than defined, okay? Aces is what could be created, you know? And then the Fool adds a little non-neutral in a calm sense, okay? It's not all you think. So these cards are very, very rich in everything, you know, every aspect. When we're reading tarot, we're reading archetypes, emotions, all right? So understand that you're part of a cosmic system. And I also express about the universe and your connection to it, and you're not separated from it, all right? So just me, one more. Miss Fisher, let's roll. Let's see here. I'm getting us. This is as close as we could get, right? Even if we're not expressing, we want to, but this is not what it is, and I cannot give you nothing but the truth. So help me God, and God, as we know, lives inside. In every breath we take that Yahweh. Breathe in and breathe out, baby. When we understand the unity dividing itself to experience itself. We are part here. Let's go ahead. One more. Yes or no, are you getting married? I want to give you a pass. Yeah. All right. What happened right now? Something is being tested. You got the 8. Are you under tension here? One more. You see if can you hold on is the problem here. Are you by yourself? Because here's like you're holding on. I wanna talk about the strength card a little bit. All right? And what it's telling you. One more. Come on, you gotta come on here with me. All right? What is going on here? Because you got the strength card, that pop, pop, pop. Very stubborn energy, very grounded, but very containing a lot of emotion here, a lot of suppression here. All right, can you hold on is the problem. Your animal is calm, is happy, supposed to be. One thing about your instincts, right, or your intuition is supposed to be safe. One more. It has to do with your spine. One more. It has to do with your spine. You're going to come out all right. You're going to come out great, all right? One more. You're trying to buy a house. Okay, that's low. All right, you're going to come out okay. One more. Everything's going to be beautiful. You're going to have, you have a baby or you having a baby? You're not married yet? Are you married? Because you got the emperor. The emperor represents government or insurance. All right? Remember that he's central. Well, the first form of government were kings, but then it was the government. All right? We always had government. It's always just been leaders and stuff like that too. All right? Yeah. All right? So there's somebody coming clean at the speed of sitting at home, waiting for my neck surgery, and I'm trying to buy a house. Okay, so you got a lot going on. All right? You have children and stuff like that? Because you got here the 8. All right? The need for knee surgery. Oh, knee. Okay. Okay. Because this is spine or... Oh, you got a 20... Oh, and a 9-year-old son. Okay. So you got the son here. You got this. And you got here. Somebody comes in with news. Are you waiting? Because this is... For me, this is waiting, right? And holding on here. And having the patience, right? To deal with... Because if it's children, it's children. I don't know if it's insurance, if it's money here, okay? Or being funded here. Remember that we right now where the emperor turns into government. All right? As I understand it, being structured, all right? The discipline that takes it with this energy. I mean, I don't want to really go really far. Oh, left it in a pit. Oh, so are you suing? Because there's something about waiting here for something to come in. All right? Or news or the time. Or on the 8th or something supposed to happen. So I got 8, I got 19. On the when you get in for your loss on the 19th, you're doing something on the 19th. All right, there's gonna be here some negotiation coming in. All right, there's some negotiations coming in. I mean, but it's like you got so many things here. All right, there's so many things. So I'm not gonna be able to give you the energy because they want me to go into something else. The desire is, all right, to get something out of the way as quick as possible. All right, so we got the 19, we got the 8, the 18, 19. The 4th, all right, the 8th, and then we go back to the 8th. On the 8th, well, that is, of course, next month. So we on the 7th. All right. And so anyway, let me see if I can go quickly because it's blah, 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 blah. Once I tap out of that field, I'm not tapping out of that field yet. I'm going to try to get, if I get a little more revelation. Of course, the Knight of Cups. One thing about the Knight of Cups, he makes promises. He's, of course, he could be a little bit unreliable. All right. I just want my house back. Oh, that's what it is. All right. So why you ask me if you're getting married? Is that your biggest concern here? All right. Is your biggest concern getting married? Man, I didn't get the Judgment card. I don't discuss a card unless I get it. All right. And so the strength is about trust and safety, calm and cautious. So you're being cautious and calm, which is great. But why is your lion calm? Why is your lion calm is the question, right? Because you're no longer at war with yourself, and that's good. All right. So don't rush anything here. You don't want to rush anything. Okay. In the language of the strength card, basically, the lion is calm around you, and your inner world feels safe. Your instincts are good. So you got good instincts. Okay. And the lion responds to you. You don't reject your instincts because it's calm, because it's acknowledged. All right. You're not shamed. That's not your desire. You're not shaming your desire, your anger, your fear, and your ambition. You listen first, right? And then your instincts is going to relax because it is respected. Because it is respected. I would like to get married. I'm 41 and I'm getting old and my knee is getting broken. Okay, that could be that you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine, okay? You're going to be better than before. You're going to feel like a little child here according to the sun, okay? According to the sun is one of the best incredible things that is happening for you, all right? We got the sun in Cancer in the 4th house, all right? We got the sun in Cancer, and what the sun in Cancer is going to heal the foundations of the family, of the home. Any purchases under that energy, remember, we also got Mercury retrograded here with the winged, all right? So you're going to wait. You're going to wait until this energy moves forward because this is not a good time. This is a big, major project with this, all right? So no, not right now. You want clear decision. You want here clarity. I get it. But no. Hold on a little bit. It's up to you. All right, because the sun in Cancer, which is the 4th house, all right, deals with these things. All right, but because Mercury is retrograded there, all right, yeah, where do I create more peace in my life? What truly makes me feel safe, right? This is about the home and the family, emotional healing, nurturing yourself and others is all there, building a strong foundation. You got it? And so Mercury retrograde there, I'm going to revisit all conversations and I'm going to reflect before making important decisions, all right? So listen to your instincts. Your instincts got to know it feels safe. It's just like your intuition. It's got to feel safe. All right. And if it's not safe, it's not going to give you the things that you got to. I'm going to really get into the intuition. Okay. So you can learn to reflect and understand it a little bit more. All right. Because you have to, right. A lot of times we have to have that discipline when we want to review and plan first instead of rushing ahead. All right. So this is why this is happening. Because here you want to rush. You want things to go quick, and no, good things, they're not meant to be rushed. All right, it's gonna be beautiful. You're gonna be like, man, I'm glad that I waited. All right. So first you listen. You don't shame your ambition, your desire, your anything. All right. You listen to it, and your instant relaxes when you respect that. You lead from the heart, and this is what, right? Not from the womb. Wounded leadership triggers resistance. Integrated leadership creates trust. And the lion says, since no threat, no panic, no ego, there's not going to be no struggles here. All right. So don't worry about it. But when it comes to relationship, control, can you basically show up as a way? Can you show up here? All right. Managing your emotion, love, attachment, and intimacy that could feel overwhelming. All right. So instead of fully surrendering to those feelings, a person might regulate or limit how much they show or invest here. What is happening with you? All right. So control gives it a lot of us, for me, I thought at the same time too, it gives me a sense of power. All right. Not necessarily in a negative way, but being in control can make me feel like I have direction, right? Influence, stability, my in world. You got it? You understand this a little bit? All right. And a lot of times, sometimes things can feel chaotic, right? But this is beautiful. All right. A lot of times it's too much. You know, when we try to have too much control, it can block a connection here, spontaneity and growth. The real balance is being able to choose when to hold control and when to soften it. All right. So learn that. Soften your control. It's okay. All right. If you've been asking about what you only ask about love, and then you say, "Oh, I'm buying a house. I'm getting surgery." All right. When we look between this got to control externally. All right. This is different. The control here is different. All right. Between the archetypes of the emperor and the strength, because they actually reflect two very different kinds of control. This is not the same kind of control. All right. You've been told that, but it's not. That's not the truth. And because we live in tension, right? Nothing moves. Intention, right? You got, in other words, be an intention for what you want and why you want to be married, because it goes into a different thing, a different aspect of you, a different side of you. You know, without tension, nothing moves, right? So you got to be in tension and move with the energy. All right. Tension is the stretch between two forces that want different things. Look at this. All right. And I'm going around it because I understand. I know what it's telling me, and I want you to understand what it's telling me. All right. Well, we're going to put him up here. We're going to put him up here. Let's put this knight of this winged messenger here. And how it does affect it does affect our communication. And it's one of the most important here when we look at Mercury and in retrograde right now. We got to understand the wings there, all right? You got to what we understand, and it affects our communication style. Yeah, absolutely, because a lot of times we commit to things that are meant for us to go in, because this is Mercury. It's encouraging. Visit all conversation, reflect before making important decisions. And we don't do that. You got it? You got it. You got to really understand. And when people say, oh, Mercury is just nothing. No, he's everything that has to do with the mind. You know, let me tell you something about this. Loops back in and it becomes this 8. Look at it. Look at it right here. Look. This loops back in and it becomes the 8. You see it there? You see it? These ones are suspended. None of these ones are yours. None of them are theirs. All right. But that means it's telling you that you're going to be in tension at a high level of consciousness. You're going to repeat the same thing with somebody else. All right. So I don't know how long you know this person. You understand me? It repeats the pattern. This is one tension, right? It shows tension is how it goes into fate. And then fate, it goes into choice. You don't have a choice here. It's okay. All right. So are you with somebody? One thing about this, at the end of the day, when we look at inspiration, all right, because it's often misunderstood, inspired energy is touching you. Okay, not energy becoming you. To be inspired, to be activated by an idea, a feeling, a vision, all right, that comes from the outside here. All right. I want you to really understand the energy. You know, even though inspiration feels excited, inside sudden clarity, desire, I'm going to act someday, it's light up my world. Yay. It's a very future-oriented energy. All right. I inspired. I see it. I feel it. I want it. I'm going to live it. You know, I'm going to sustain it. Inspiration at the end of the day. It lives all here. All right. But it has to be embodied. All right. I get mixed signal and I just don't know anymore. Don't worry about it. I'm going to help you. No, this is why you're here. I'm going to help you clarify some things. All right? Because then it's about having the conversations. Easy. We make our life so complicated because we don't understand love until it confuses the hell out of us. All right? Absolutely nothing happens without being inspired, of course. All right? It could be so intoxicating. All right? But Inspired Love says, I feel so much. This could be amazing. And I get it. You awaken something in me because he says it. All right? But Embodied Love says, I show up. I choose you consistently, and I build with you. All right? This is why inspiration without grounding can feel what? Intoxicating. All right? There's an intoxication going on. All right? And then it vanishes. No, and then it vanishes. All right? Love, on the other hand, is the emotion that stays when it's not a lot, when it is not a big, I'm not going to get impressed with big emotional displays of affection. Okay? I'm going to be really grounded. But I'm not going to share my desires, what I feel, what I want. All right? Tension creates consciousness, and you only notice when there's contrast, all right? Hot, cold, desire, need, restraint. Love feels vulnerable, okay? And the will, of course, needs restraint. If you agree all the same time, we'll be unconscious pretty much, all right? If we agree on everything, will be unconscious. Tension is what wakes you up. It asks you, which way will you lean? And that's, of course, free will showing up. Tension is how polarity becomes integrated and how these two people, which had different, they could coexist. All right? I'm going to give it to you in the most, all right? And so whatever you're dealing with, you're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to overcome this. All right, that's where true problems comes in. All right, when we could be able to be soft, can I be soft and strong at the same time? Can I express myself with over collapsing, without over explaining and over giving? I don't have to show these big emotional displays. If you meet a person like this, it's okay. Remember, they all about they take care of the external. All right, they already containing. All right, what the empress expands. All right, inspiration is the core, and embodiment is the answer. All right, no one is better. It's sequential. All right, and so under this new moon, okay, this is the moment when things will start to move. All right, but they are early, so you need consistent and you need focus here. All right, so what kind of mixed signals are you getting? All right, I want you to learn while you watch. I want you to learn while you watch, and then you come and you be like, oh, so I'm under tension. Yeah, we all are. I want you to learn. All right. One of the things about tension, that it stretches two forces that want different things, and that stretches what creates awareness, choice, and growth. Okay, and basically, no tension, no story, no evolution. There's no alchemy. Tension creates consciousness, and you're gonna always notice things when there's contrast. You're gonna notice it. All right. So what you say? Oh, what the hell does that mean? All right. Your soul at the end of the day it has to evolve, because it has to become emotionally intelligent. All right, it has to. Your soul's evolution is through contrast, period. Okay, so you got to understand a little bit, at least while you watch. It's supposed to. And so he says that he loves us, and then I don't hear from a week, and he said he loves us, but don't show it. I just explained to you why. All right. He has to. One thing about this emperor, he's all about the control of the external. He got to watch. Remember, when we got a government, it's supposed to take care of a lot of cities, a lot of countries, all in one system. So they might have a lot of pressure. They're not. They probably never got to experience and to have fun. They probably always got to be the one that's got to be the hard one, the one that's got to be in charge. Men are told to be in charge of your feelings. I don't know if they're a man or woman. All right. So to understand your relationships here. All right. And a lot of times the reason why we stay in control. All right. A lot of human reasons, by the way. All right. It's not just one thing why we stay in control. It's a mix of both psychological and, of course, experiences through our childhood, our lifetimes, right? Or this lifetime anyway. All right. And sometimes it's fear. All right. At the most basic level, but control gives us what? A sense of safety. When you feel in control, your emotions, your environment, your relationship, life feels more predictable. This likes predictability. All right. And of course, because it has to control it, so it got to know what's going on. I got to know what's going on. You understand me? And so another big reason, self-protection. If someone has been hurt, rejected, or let down before, they may hold tight to control so they don't feel vulnerability again. So they don't want to feel, I don't want to feel vulnerable again, because letting go could feel risky. And control becomes a kind of like an armor. He's wearing an armor. He's actually wearing a fish armor. All right. We're looking at the Ankh here. We're looking at We're looking at ancient primal energy. We're looking at Atlantis. We're looking at some ancient stuff, by the way. Okay. Anyway, so at the end of the day here, he's wearing an armor. You got it? Identity and pride here. There's also identity here. Okay. We define ourselves by how strong, how composed, and unshakable, right? Staying in control reinforces that identity. Yeah, right? It's how we prove to ourselves and others that they are capable. I can handle this. But they just a little hot. No. Don't let this card fool you. This card's so deep. Well, they're all deep. I don't know which one is deeper than the next. All right? So what are you worrying about? Is everything going to be all right? Yeah. They might not express it. You are holding on here instead of expressing it. All right? You got to express yourself. You got to have the conversations. All right? Remember that our brains, it likes predictability because it reduces stress and uncertainty. All right? So just lose the control. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Like, of you trying to hold everything together. Okay, because then when we act, we're gonna this explodes, this attacks, this attacks. If your animal's gotta stand beside you. Your animal shouldn't be in front of you. This animal's being next to you. You hold on. I got this. When you're training an animal, that animal's not walking in front of you. That animal's next to you. You gotta understand this card, all right? Hey, all right? So at the end of the day, finding common ground, which is the first step in resolving disagreements. It helps bridge understanding gaps, and even if it's a complete agreement isn't reached, finding shared interests, you know this, it could lead to what? It's like a less opposition here. You know, I don't have to over-explain. I don't have to over-compromise. I don't have to do a lot because it's a greater willingness to find compromise there. Because when I acknowledge my beliefs, your interests, we build comfort, we build trust, and that's going to strengthen overall relationship. And the process can help break the ice and create a more comfortable atmosphere for teamwork and connection there. But I think you passed that already. All right, just have the conversation because you at a point where if you don't speak up, if you just hold on, all right, because that's all you learn to do, all right. Because at the end of the day, this has a lot of pride, but it also has a lot of heart. It has a lot of loyalty, all right. It does, okay. So anyway, they are calm, they're resilient, they're compassionate, firm, and they're protective of others, okay? And a lot of times they protect their feelings, all right? I hope that helped you, energy. So this is energy through this retrograde period is encouraging you to inner reflection rather than outward confidence. Hey, Oos. Hey, God doesn't allow this. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. You know, if you look at love on survival, all right, what love feels like endurance, all right, am I happy? How long can I hold on? Can I make this work? If I try harder, right? Like, we got to ask these questions here. You know, how you minimize your needs to keep the connection. You tell yourself they're doing the best they can. I don't want to pressure them. This is just a phase, all right? Your needs here, they don't disappear. You know what I mean? If you're tired of hearing it, then, all right, I just wish you the best. I mean, when it comes to the strength card, it's very difficult, all right? So what I would just teach here is emotional intelligence, emotional literacy. If I use I need, I want language. Needs are not commands. Your needs are not commands. Okay, I need consistency. I need consistency to stay open. I won't keep revisiting this without a change. I'm available for clarity, not confusion. All right, you need calm boundaries. Yeah, you need calm boundaries. I feel strong, not aggressive. Not aggressive, all right? But I'm going to teach that here. The only thing the strength card asks you, don't test this connection, no pressure, no ultimatums, all right? This either grows organically into something if you let it breathe, all right? Or that's it. It has to, all right? I hope that helped you and anybody that was here. Let it breathe. All right? I don't think it's going anywhere. All right? You don't need cars. All you need is Jesus. I know. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. All right. I hope that helped you and anybody that was in this live to understand the energy and, you know, just things that we go through that we're not aware of. All right? A lot of times we're not aware of tension and how fate turns into choice. And when we don't understand how tension is a charge space between the inhale, the pause before the truth. So there is truth coming. Once you get that eight of wands, truth is coming. Truth is coming, all right? The silence before the confession. That's why love hurts and heals. The same stretch does both things. Tension is how fate turns into choice, and fate represents the pattern, and intention acts Will you repeat it or you transcend it? The ever loop, at the end of the day, that's tension trying to complete itself at a high level of consciousness. All right? And so understand that card. It doesn't matter if you do it with somebody else. You're still going to have tension, is what I'm trying to say. It's not going to go away. It's the way you respond. It's the way you adapt. It's the way your body feels when you're grounded. Practice some things. Get focused on something else. If it's healing right now that's happening, just focus on your life right now, on getting better with your surgery. All right, I got to get out of here, and I thank you guys so much. And I'm just telling a little bit about the paradoxes, you know. And when we get that 4 wands, there's hope there, you know. And when we understand paradoxes, it's happening when 2 archetypes are both active and neither is meant to be eliminated. And we want Venus with love. Saturn got limits. All right. We got the sun and the moon. That's self-led. All right. Because it operates on the one energy. All right. And so the moon carries a reflection. Or it's a reflective energy. It's always reflecting. And of course, one of the things about integrating is a new expression. A new you is supposed to emerge out of that, okay? And when paradox threatens identity because it says you don't get to be just one thing only, okay? That's why paradoxes often appears during growth, not comfort, all right? And the mind struggles because the ego works in binaries, meaning that it's this or that, safe or dangerous, or it's right or wrong. This is how the ego works, all right? It wants to choose. It wants to choose the comfort. It wants you to choose a side, and when you're not understanding that we're here to experience life through contrast, all right? We choose one side and we collapse to one side. No, can you stay in the center? Find your center. Can you stay in the center where things are not certain? When there's no clarity yet, all right? Can you stay with this person? Can you find that middle space between these extremes, all right? It's not about choosing one side. It's about holding them both without breaking. We could do that, all right? And that is that still point, the place where alignment happens in the heart and mind coherence, all right? Between the thinking and the feeling, you get awareness out of that, all right? And what the middle really is the middle is where you're present, you're not pulled by past or the future, all right? When you're centered, you're not reacting, you're not resisting, all right? You don't fight, you coexist together, all right? And that middle is where the mind and the heart become coherent, and the mind stops over controlling, and the heart stops being overwhelmed, and then something deeper begins to guide you, all right? When you feel the middle, you take that slow, deep breath, and you notice the pause at the top of the breath. You notice at the bottom, those pauses are with the middle, all right, where stillness lives in the middle, all right? When you start to understand yourself in the middle, which is it's a technique. This is why mindfulness is very important, because a lot of times we either all in or all out. You know, when we engage, but we're not consumed by it, all right, with life. And so if I say, well, you know, do you attach quickly? Do you idealize them quickly? You know, do you merge your routine around them? Do you overlook red flags? Does your mood depend on their mood or their attention? All right. Do you think long term very early? You know, does it feel intense, exciting? All right. It could be driven. A lot of it is driven by fear. All right. I'm fear of losing them. Oh my God. Either I'm all in. All right. So a lot of times when they ghost, I'm either it's gonna be like this or nothing. I don't trust myself in the middle. I don't trust myself to do my own thing, go to work, come home, go with friends. I don't trust myself there. I gotta be attached because I'm afraid that I'm gonna cheat. You gotta trust yourself in the middle. You gotta trust yourself when you're moving, when you're around other people, friends, family, that you don't get caught up with all that nonsense. All right, that they family. People's family and friends and even your coworkers, that's their opinion. You're not gonna get moved by every opinion. If you're dating a person, that person don't live with you. Their family member, mom, dad don't live with you. Are you doing the right thing? Are you know, because we gotta understand the mind. Are we productive citizens? Are we doing, you know, are we practicing something? All right, that doesn't, because you know we go really ego. It's gonna really affect the way you understand life, and your core principles, the ethics, your morals are there. All right. And so when you detach fast or you cut contact suddenly, all right, and you come and then no, the thing is that we come, I never care anyway. I never care. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. What happened is that you get caught up with your family, with your friends, with co-workers. And they drive your decisions. That's all it is. Oh, I never really care anyway. All right, you just convince yourself. All right, and you avoid vulnerability completely. All right, it feels control, protective, self-preserving, but it can be a fear of being hurt. All right, there's no middle there because the middle requires tolerance for uncertainty. And the middle sounds like I like you, but I'm still observant. I care, but I'm pacing myself. I'm hurt, but I'm not disappearing. I need space, but I am not abandoning this relationship because of this one, that. When we get so caught up with culture and my programming and my friend said this and my family said that, we don't live our lives because we live on culture. This is how society sees it. We create all these cultures. What I mean by that, all these magazines, this is my butt gotta look like this, my breast, my body. Get out of here. If you love a person for who they are, that's one thing about mirrors, right? They show you who you are outside. They don't show what's really in the heart, And we get caught up. We know we like a person, but we judge, what my family's gonna think. Oh, you live with your family. You ain't never gonna have your own life. As long as that person is the same person, I can understand I understand that they're a little rough. You can still clean them up. You can work with somebody, all right? You can work with somebody. Everybody has some skeletons in their closet. You better believe that. And I mean, everybody. But if you are one of the people that, you're my family, what they make so many mistakes, blah, blah, blah. I could see if they're a kook. I could understand the two. There's certain limits, though. There's certain limits. No, this is not witchcraft. In your mind, you're witchcraft because you haven't dealt with your trauma. You got still trials of the soul. Go ahead and continue the trials of your soul. Go ahead. This is not witchcraft. All right. This is what happened. This is we're moving with this cosmic energy, and we're exploring the universal energy that you're part of. Okay, so no, this is not witchcraft. This is not what this is. We're talking about when you don't understand divination. It's a process of you connecting with something higher than your ego. All right, it is through the conscious, through the feel, through the understanding. All right, of life. All right, and so understanding that. Thanks. I hope you got a donation. Yeah, thank you. All right, but it happens gradually. I'm not forcing anything here. I let things happen naturally here, all right? And so my bottom line is that stop doing that, all right? Can you trust yourself when there's no certainty? We don't get tested when we calm and we still and everything's going. If you want to challenge yourself, get out there, all right? You scared, so you want to be comfortable. You want to become, no, I stay here because I'm scared. Something might happen. And then we build so much structure. We don't do anything, all right? Oh, I don't really care. I'm not going there. I don't really care about them. All right? Stop opening people up. If you open them up, take responsibility. All right? Don't open nobody up. If you're not ready to deal with a dark side, all right, you work on your dark side. Work on the trauma. All right? Work on your trauma that you have left. All right? All the programming that you've been given. Work on that. All right? This is a form of the gates of hell. My master will punish. Get out of here. Go ahead, binary. Go ahead, ego. You're speaking from your ego. Go ahead, binary. All right? Go collapse somewhere. Go collapse somewhere and go. Go integrate the parts, the dark side of you. All right? There goes one binary. Oh, ego. You just talking out of ego. You're talking. Go collapse to a wall. Go yell at the wind. Don't come here with that nonsense because I'll check you. You're lucky that I'm almost out of here. All right? Come back tomorrow. I'll check you quick. All right? We look what demons you haven't dealt with. All right? You're polarized. You're collapsing to one side. You're choosing one side. You're both. All right? Let your darkness be seen. This is when you come in here, you give that darkness. You haven't dealt with your dark. All right? Go study a little. I will study all. I will take like 2 years and just study. All right? Expand your consciousness. All right? Release slowly, but expand. All right? You collapse to one side. All right? I'm a demon. You're a demon? All right? So you're dark. So you only deal with the darkness. All right? Go integrate because you multifaceted. You operate only from your dark side. You need discernment. You need growth. You need healing. So I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray that you get the awakening that you need so you don't collapse. All right? The egos right now, all right? Even the people that are in church. All right? This is superiority. This is self-perseverance. This is when it goes to spiritual pride. I only get the hell. Listen. I'm done. Let me get out of here. Go study. Just go study a little bit. All right? Go study and just learn about the world. All right, go explore, explore. Go learn all over the world. Go study. Go into the library. You probably won't even be able to open a book. You'll collapse. Why? So much information. Just when I thought you knew it all, right? This is our show. This shows how dumb we really are. I know I've been there. I was that dumb I was that dumb. So I understand you. So I'm not gonna. What are demons? What are those inner demons? Oh, part of my pain that's froze that I haven't dealt with. Cause thank God that you came because I'm about to give it to you. Part of myself, part of my dark side. I haven't dealt with my demons. All right. I haven't dealt with my shadows, huh? I'm still walking around clueless. All right. And when you look at the trials of the souls or the test of your consciousness, all right, those are forces, all right? When we look at, according to a lot of spiritual traditions, confronting darkness is part of your transformation rather than proof of evil. But you wouldn't know that, okay? The goal is not always to destroy these parts, but completely to understand them, heal them, and integrate them. Transform them into wisdom and strength. So I already know when somebody come here, you ain't in wisdom, you ain't strong. Because you want to choose none. Because you don't know. You don't know. You don't know text. This is why we got 45, almost 45 different denominations. We all here fighting each other. What is the common goal? Study. Go. You don't know it all. Share what you know. And that's it. And continue to learn. All right? And so when you transform them into wisdom and strength, you use that power. That is all about action. That's what the Ace of Swords is telling you. All right? Knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom. Knowledge is what you understand. And then the wisdom is taking the action of the things that you understand and learn how to operate from a high level of consciousness. Just being more aware without choosing either side. I don't know, so I'm not going to choose. This is when your discernment comes in, right? Because the judgment says, this is bad. You come in with judgment. This is bad. But your discernment says, is this for me? Or I don't know. Judgment attacks and discernment evaluates. Go evaluate. Use your discernment. All right? And so a lot of times myths and heroes descending into darkness before finding illumination. All right? Transformation often begins by facing what is hidden. You're still in the hidden stages. All right? When you look at psychologically, those inner demons, all right? Thought patterns, destructive thought patterns, you still got them. Addictions, compulsions, toxic cycles. You probably got self-hatred and emotional torment going on. You're not healing it. All right? And they show when you come up here. When you guys come up here, it shows. All right? I see the dragons, the shadows, the monsters, that pain that has become frightening because it's been avoided. The rejected self, the chains, the bondage, the addictions, the limitations, the confusions, the inner struggles that you have. All right? It shows up here. All right? And when you look at that devil, of course, it represents attachment, obsession, fear, and unhealthy patterns. Feeling trapped by desires are wounds. All right? And so when you become aware, all right, when they lose because they see awareness and conscious choice breaks them, because those inner demons, they are symbolic representations of fears, of wounds, of destructive impulses, and unresolved struggles with a person's psyche. They are not literal beings. All right, you will know that if you take your time and study. That's what a fool says. I was just joking. No, you need help. You want direction, all right? You're here for direction, all right? You just don't know how to say, hey, I need some direction in life. Can this be true? Can you point me on a way? Can you give me at least a energy, all right? Give me energy. How is your brain, all right? Which is up, it connects to your neurons, right? Because it's through electricity, all right? We have an electric system, all right? Our heart is all about the magnetism and the iron in our blood, all right? But you won't understand that because you don't take your time to study, all right? And those are a part of ourselves that create inner conflict, suffering, and self-sabotage. And those inner demons, they represent fear of abandonment, failure, rejection, and losing control. Unhealed wounds and past pain that still influences emotions and decisions. And I see it here, all right? And the shadow represents the hidden part that we deny in the self, the anger, the jealousy, the shame, the resentment, our hidden desires, our suppressed emotions. And why are they called demons? Because across mythology and religion, demons often symbolize forces. But you will know that if you study your sacred text, all right? And those that tempt, distort perception, and drain life energy, create chaos, and separate people from wisdom and truth. So please educate yourself before you come on here talking about the devil, blah, 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 and don't know those are the trials of the soul, all right? And so please go and study psychology. Study the universe. Go just study and just get out of that. I'm just joking. I love you guys and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's a little bit of twist. I'm gonna start the spill the tea a little bit. We're gonna look into the houses, the enemies. Where do they lie? Just to bring you a little bit more aware, knowing how to deal, because they're gonna be part of your life. We all have enemies. We all have haters. People love. Oh, I got haters. Everybody does. Don't get so. Don't be so impressed. Okay. Let your hater motivate you. Don't be impressed. Oh, I got haters. I used to be so big on that. Man, what an ego I had. Oh my gosh. Looking at my old, so I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad that I grew up. All right. Man, everybody got haters. All right. And my ex used to tell me that. He used to get mad. Oh shit. Anyway, listen. Have a healthy polarity. Become one with you, with both parts of you. All right. Your feminine, masculine, your dark, your light. Just become one. It's okay. Don't choose none. All right. You have a healthy expression, and as you operate with both. All right, because this is how we our evolution. All right. No more illusion. The truth. All right. And then you can speak confidently. You don't have to sugarcoat nothing. And I can't believe I said that. You don't have to minimize your truth. You don't have to dilute it. All right. You just serve it here nice and warm with kind and love. All right. And that's it. And that's all you could do. All right. And a lot of times we have to learn how to have that balance to achieve, which is very impossible for us to do because we always trying to people please, right? Especially with social media. Look at me. Look at me. I took a picture. I did something nice to somebody. Yay. And it makes me feel, but go do something for the person that's not looking on social media. How about that? How about go look at the person that's not on social media? You pass by that homeless person. Oh, they're going to use it anyway. Don't worry. That's you judging. Give them money. Who can? That ain't even about you. You're being tested when you're moving. You're being tested when you're moving, not when you're home comfortable. All right? So the balance, all right? That's a state of to achieving equilibrium between different areas of life. Work, family, hobbies, physical health, and mental well-being. All right? So it'll benefit you because it could prevent you from stress and burnout. It's going to improve your mental, physical health and lead you into what? Feelings of purpose and contentment. All right? It's going to activate. You're going to recognize these values. You're going to set healthier boundaries. All right? You're going to stay true to your commitments. All right? And you're going to say no to what doesn't serve you. All right? So when we got demon coming in here, oh, I was just joking. Make choices that align with your values and your self-care. All right? With that being said, straightforward truth here. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Come join me for spill the tea, the hot tea. It's gonna get a little messy, might get a little heavy. You might not want to come in. You might want to, but we're gonna look at the 12 houses. We're gonna focus on the 8th, and we're gonna focus on the 12th. All right? And according to your birth chart, if you wanted to code your birth chart, I'll be doing that at the end of next month when I gotta get a lot of things together here. All right. And I'm also looking for moderators. I'm going to put it up in the community later on this evening or this afternoon. All right. And just stay committed to your goals. Stop over asking. Don't over promise. Don't over commit. Take it slow. Sometimes we set up. I know I used to do it. I would over commit and then I would, I'm not going nowhere. I did that for years. And I'm like, oh, man, why did I always do that? I'll make so many promises. I feel so bad for everybody I make promises to. You know. Knowing when you're getting carried away, man. You know. Know yourself. Learn to know yourself a little bit better. All right? And when you integrate, which means you let your thoughts, feelings, and words and actions all align with the kind of love, the kind of life that you want to create for yourself. That requires taking what you learn and living it through your actions, all right? I'm living it through my actions, man. You know, you feel, you notice, you know, your emotions without denying them or suppressing them. Then you reflect, you ask, what is this experience teaching me about love or me, my life? Then you choose. Then you respond from your values instead of reaching from a fear. And then you ask, you know. You ask, you know. Being honest, communicate, all right, what you want. Hey, Bensley. You're welcome, all right? We don't have to try to impress everybody, all right? Appreciate the beauty in you. Stop focusing on the person, what they got going on. If you're not ready to help them, just shut. All right? Work on your tools. Work on your craft. Then you can help somebody else. And that's it. Thank you for being here. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. It is already, wow. Well, I've been here, since 4, right? 4? What time I got here? 4? Yeah. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Have a great day.